As the dust settles, albeit over the console war or the platform wars or whatever you want to call it, PlayStation has been crowned the de facto victor over Xbox. Now, the Xbox business since has been sliced and diced and repurposed into Windows gaming, with the only thing of any semblance of the old mannerisms being the platform business run by Sarah Bond. Now, many will try to say, no, it's an IP war or a subscription war now or something silly like that. But to their dismay, that does not include Sony. You do battle with them when you come for their marketplace, which always was the main way they profited, via selling more third-party games than others in the industry. So what about said sunsetting console war? If it's over, is it time for gamers to let their guard down, right? Well, actually, no. As we'll soon discuss, there has been a bigger threat lurking in the shadows for gamers that needs our media attention now. What's up, people? It's your boy, MM2K of Hard Knock Digital Culture, Cloud Dosage, and MM2K Gaming, back again with another episode of The Quick Dose. This is where we talk about the latest and greatest in video game news, and man, oh man, oh man, do we have a good one for you today. Do us a huge favor before we get into this one, though. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells for notifications, please. Okay, so a lot of things to unpack here. Let's do it. No further ado. Okay, so what is the actual story here? Well, now that the Xbox PlayStation platform console war is now to a head, Xbox is now doing its own thing. It's more trying to move on in the lines of Tencent, where they distribute games. They distribute games through many ways. They also have their own platform business, but the way they're approaching their platform business is not of the atypical console construct, which is what PlayStation is doing. So they kind of like Nintendo created their own lane, you know what I'm saying, that they're operating with. And now they're actually working with Sony and trying to distribute games through Sony. All right, which led us to see, and I think if the data that I saw was correct, in December, Xbox was the biggest publisher in the globe. However, 65% of those games were bought on PlayStation alone. So that was more than what was purchased on Xbox itself and the Juggernaut PC. Okay, so let that soak in. But on the heels of that competition dying down and those guys now actually working together to sell and distribute games, we're now hearing talks of the Juggernaut game, Grand Theft Auto 6, that keeps coming up. And there was a conference call with Take-Two not too long ago where they mentioned that GTA 6 is still slated to come out in 2025. So a lot of people were like still on standby. They're like, hold on now, we're used to Rockstar like delaying this game, you know, as it gets closer and closer, and we're getting closer and closer. And no, Strauss Zelnick and company, they're like, no, we're still on pace for 2025. And that kind of has the video game world at a standstill at large. That's a whole nother problem that we're going to talk about with Cold Blood, the co-host here on this channel. So if you're watching this video as part of the podcast, you just sit tight and stay tuned, because we'll be discussing that, you know, the effects of Grand Theft Auto coming to 2025 and the ripple effects on the games industry. But there's something else happening with GTA 6 that we get to explore now in more detail since the console wars have died down. They are spearheading this movement with market analysts where they're like, yeah, maybe GTA 6 should do another price hike. Now, we've reported on this before, but now they're bringing, the analysts are not letting up on this. And when we reported this before, we even sit here on this channel, look, man, it's something that we don't want to give oxygen to, because if we give oxygen to it, then it gets life. And the analyst says, they're like, we don't care. This is something that we need Rockstar to do. Now, why would they want them to do that? There's a multitude of reasons. Game sales are considered sluggish. Now we'll get into why they are considered sluggish, if they should be considered sluggish. Was the industry just stupid in believing that during COVID that the sales that we were seeing and the activity we were seeing with games, if that was proper, they should have thought that was going to be sustained, whatever. We'll get into that in a little bit. But nonetheless, whenever you go up, the market always wants you to keep going up. They don't sit there and say, oh, this is the reason why you went up and you went down. It's okay. The market never reacts like that. You are always when you're traded on the market, and when you're a publicly traded company, I tell you guys all the time, your two biggest competitors are, number one, the other people in your business sector, but number two, it's yourself. Because you're always being compared to yourself. What did you do last year? Are you doing better this year than what you did last year? And even if you're doing better than what you did last year, are you doing good enough? You know what I'm saying? So really, we should put you number one. You are your biggest enemy, number one. And number two, it's the rest of the industry. So the market is doing what the market does. And they're like, we've seen all this activity in the past. You guys are not growing. Other industries are growing. This is a problem. We know you had a price hike. You need to go up again. And they're looking at GTA 6 to do this. When you take this in consideration, and then you look at other things that are happening, globally, chip prices and hardware prices have not subside yet, or come down off their peak all the way. And then we got this whole, which I'm not going to get into the politics of it here, but we got this whole proposed tariff war that's looming too. That's definitely going to raise prices on gaming. Like, you had ESA and a multitude of other companies urge governments to back off of this, because this is going to be bad for the gaming industry. And then that leads you to say, there's a lot of doom and gloom coming down the horizon. Yeah, this is a perfect time now for us to stop howling at the moon and pay attention to everything that's happening on Earth. And the moon represents the console war, which, for all intents and purposes, has been over for a while. All right. So being that this is the case, what can we do to try to help alleviate this issue and try to steer the market in the right place? Well, first we got to examine what the thought process is by the industry and why it was stupid. First and foremost, it was just dumb to think that the pandemic, people being forced to stay at home, was going to maintain itself. It would be like the commodities industry, which is responsible for electricity, water, and gas, to sit there and say, you know what? We made record money during the pandemic because everybody was at home. And they were using water, electricity, and gas like crazy because they were at home. Yeah, we're going to expect this to keep happening. We're going to expect this to keep coming up. Even when people return back to work, even when we're going to expect this to keep going up. That would be insane. Right? And I understand how the industry works, where you got to keep going up, but it's like businesses and markets that are dealing with the Olympics, or stuff like that, like economies and stuff like that are dealing with the Olympics. When the Olympics come to your city, your borough, your town, your village, whatever, of course you're going to expect the economics of things to go up temporarily. But the market and the industry should be able to regulate itself for a downturn. No, people hired this was going to keep going up. People were going to stay inside and never go back outside again. That was absurd. I get it was a pandemic. I get that it was horrible in so many ways and gruesome, as far as the lives lost and all that stuff. But it wasn't a nuclear drop. The air quality was still eventually was going to be good again and people could go back outside. Huh? Like it's insane. And the insanity of the industry. They overhired and then had to do this gut-wrenching layoffs and all this consolidation and all this other stuff with ABK and Embracer Group. I mean, it's going to affect the game industry forever. You're, like I said, you had so many synergies, so much cannibalization that happened in the market. There are people that are never going to be able to come back into gaming again because positions have just been dissolved. They're gonna have to find something else to do because they got student loans to pay. So the industry just did something. They did its own irreparable harm to itself, which was dumb. And unfortunately, we as consumers got to deal with the aftermath of it with analysts trying to get people to persuade Rockstar to make GTA 6 $1,000, right? But also something else, some other data I was looking at, where people are actually saying that the $70 price hike, and there's data out there that can coincide just a little bit, and I can speak to this personally. The $70 price hike that happened this year, or this generation, is also leading to some consumer angst. Like, consumers are buying less, even though, you know, once we've dealt with the layoffs in the industry and the industry is starting to normalize itself, and you're starting to see some growth. Like, I think we saw like 2.8% growth from 2023 to 2024, which was a lot better than 2022 to 2023, which was only 0.8%, right? So you're starting to see some normalization happening. Still, that's in regards to money. And of course, with the price hike, because things are costing more, and then the cost of hardware and stuff like that, because of the chip shortage and everything, and things are just costing more. Of course, you're going to see more money. What are you seeing? More sales. And data is suggesting not necessarily. We're not necessarily seeing more sales. We're seeing lesser sales, but because of expanded prices, it's ending up to more money. Why are we seeing less sales in a lot of areas with a lot of titles and hardware stuff like that? Because I think that gamers are looking at the $70 price tag and they're like, I don't see a $10 upgrade in what I've gotten. Like, I think a lot of people this generation feel like, even though we're getting more 60 frames per second games, a lot of gamers don't care about that still to that degree. And they're like, okay, so this is 60 frames per second. This just looks like a prettier version of my PlayStation 4 game. And that's why I think you're seeing a slower conversion from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 than Sony probably anticipated. Yeah, I think gamers overall don't see the enhancements that they were expecting from a cross-generational leap, even if games remained at 60 for one. So you don't see the leap, and it's gonna, and it's just by the bounds of the technology. Like, I feel like AI and machine learning will improve that headroom a lot, but you don't see, in the raw power of the hardware, you don't see the generational leaps that you're used to seeing, and you got to pay an additional $10. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have become more selective in buying games. Like, if the game was popular, I would buy it. A lot of times, even if I didn't get around to it or not, I would still buy it. Not so much now. There are a lot of games that are popular that I did not buy because I'm like, nah, I seriously doubt I'm going to give that one a try anytime soon. Like, there are examples of where I'm actually sitting around waiting for sales. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do that. I don't do that. And a lot of it has to do with the $70 price. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, some of you may look at me or hear me say that and say, MM2K, you're just a cheapskate and you're broke or whatever the case may be. All right. Well, I hate to inform you that most gamers are more like me than they are like you then. Like the average gamer only buys. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K, and I'm here with Cold Blood Sensei. Cold Blood, how you doing today, good brother?
Awesome.
We are back with another episode of NRO Podcast. I almost forgot what the hell this was. It was like, hold on, is this the video? Is this the video or is this the podcast? NRO Podcast, where we talk about the week's latest and greatest. And man, oh man, oh man, we have a great show for you this week. Do us a huge favor, hit that like button. If you're watching us on the fly or if you're watching this VOD, hit that subscribe button, man, and rock those bells. Hit that bell, change that bell to all so you can get all of our great and swanky content. And members, look, number one, make sure you join our members program. Number two, members, don't forget content is out there daily. Even when I don't put a video out there, it's a members video drops between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern. So you make sure you guys don't miss it. I think some of you guys have missed that there's members videos out there, even though I haven't had a regular video out there. And I didn't put a regular video out there, Cold Blood, because I didn't want to cannibalize anything we discussed today, because it hasn't been the biggest week in gaming news. I mean, well, it hasn't been like super flowing in news. So I didn't want to make a 30-minute video or even a 5-minute video on something and then we just come and discuss the same points all over again. So we're here. We're going to talk about this shit for the first time. But you did hear a video today where we did kind of like touch on something we're going to talk about at the end of the show, which is GTA 6 and the ramifications around that. We tried to just brush off some stuff that some analysts were trying to pull. And then over the week, I noticed that the analysts are not going away. So it's time for us to raise our voices and tell them to fly a kite into a thunderstorm. But besides that, we'll get into all that when the time is appropriate. Cold Blood, what you been playing this week, man? There's been a new game you got a chance to check out a little bit of this week?
Yeah, that was the only time I could check it out.
Yeah.
After that, bro, it was just busy, and even more busy.
Yeah.
And then I also had night shift, so there's not much left in the day when I wake up before I have to go to work.
You got your hands on Kingdoms Come Deliverance 2, the talk of the town.
Yeah, I only could play the 2 hours that I played, so there's not much I can tell you right now.
I mean, what did you think so far? I mean, what are your impressions so far? I know 2 hours is not a lot in a game like that, but
no, it's not a lot at all because I didn't even get the chance to really get into the whole RPG systems of the new game, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So it looks better than the first one. That's what I can tell you. But if you had a side by side both of them, I could not tell you which one is which right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
because they look very similar. Just that visually, the second one looks a little bit more impressive.
Okay. I was gonna say, so the Series S didn't hurt it too much, but it sounds like maybe it it holds it back a little bit more.
Maybe it holds it back in the vastness of it.
Yeah.
You know, they said like they had to cut 25% of the game.
Yep, 25% of the things they wanted to do. Yeah, the extra stuff they wanted to do. Yeah. Yep.
Well, if you need 200 hours to platinum the game, I don't know what the fuck they cut there. Like holy shit.
Yeah. Well, they probably had some crazy shit lined in as far as like tech and stuff was concerned, and decided to peel that back. Okay. So. Sean said Doriega said go for it. I was just looking at are messaging about the Discord. So look, guys, we got a new Discord.
Put the invite. Yeah, put the invite in the chat.
So we got a new Discord, guys, that we want to get everybody to. Now, if you're in our current Discord, which is the Geeks Discord, you could wait, but I don't suggest doing it because we're going to be like trying, not running a script, but running a program to try to convert you over, and it might not convert everybody over right. It's mainly a program for people that have been dormant. But here, I'm going to put this in the chat right now. What you guys are going to want to do is, hold on. Where is the chat? Link to new Discord. I'm a link this. I'm gonna pin this to link to new. God damn it! New MM2K Discord. UK Discord. You're gonna want to join our Discord. We're doing giveaways and stuff there. I might kick it off with a giveaway. We'll see. But yeah, definitely join there. We're going raucous in there. We're having a blast. We were running a game in there. We were doing a community game day in there not too long ago. So everything's functional, up and running. It's a lot more simplified and everything. So definitely check it out. Come and join us over there. I wouldn't wait for that script to carry you over, because it might not happen. And then once we're done, man, we're shutting down the other Discord. So you might just wake up one day and be like, oh, holy shit, where did everybody go? So take advantage of that right now. I just pinned it in the chat. Go ahead, go over there to the Discord and join us over there. We're going to be having game nights and all that stuff and cutting up in the chat. And that way you guys ain't got to worry about all the bullshit that happens on YouTube or where else where you don't get informed about content. Let's see here. What else? I haven't really played anything this week. I've been like super busy as well. I got sick earlier this week. Got that nasty ass stomach flu that's been going around here in the States. Oh my God, that thing is fucking horrible, man. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, because it's something that's been hitting the Midwest. Yeah, if you watch Colin Colhard, I believe his name is, the sports dude off of Fox Sports, he had it and he got hit with it mid show. And remember, he was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling well. I gotta go back. I gotta come back." Yeah, that's the thing that he caught. So yeah. But we're back in effect. We're ready to talk these topics, talk about the crazy shit that's going on in gaming. And our topics today include the Xbox community accepting the platform's fate, PlayStation exclusives getting attacked again. This is just a new thing. It's like it's the sore loser syndrome. And then GTA 6 getting confirmed for 2025. Before we do that, let's shout out to the chat before we get into that real quick. Over here, we got Soldier Soldier FE 504 says, "What's up, MM2K?" We got Mary Wilcox. This is afternoon, people. Tommy Bull #2. What's going on, brother? You got a new account? He says PlayStation is the new Xbox. Machine learning in Forza. Oh man, PS5 Pro is the best Xbox console. Yeah, that is the truth. We got Bobo Burke says, "Hello, everyone." We got Old Man Guru Gaming. He says, MM2K, I'm the right one already then. All right. Ready to get home and play some Monster Hunter Wild, says RPG 88. Oh, when does that come out, Cold Blood? Is that out already?
What is coming on?
A Monster Hunter Wilds?
Oh, I think it was the 22nd.
Oh, damn. The 28th. Oh, okay. Holy shit.
Oh, 28th, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Got the Fat Pro patch. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
I'm gonna have too much to play, bro. With Kingdom Come Deliverance and Monster Hunter. Holy shit. Those are 100s of hours long games.
Yeah, it's not even March yet. It's going to get in February. It's going to be wild because what's coming out? Isn't Avowed? Is Avowed coming out in February or March?
Yeah, it comes out on the 18th.
Okay.
And Assassin's Creed Shadows also comes out, I think, in a week.
Well, at least it's going to be 60 frames on the Xbox Series. So,
What?
At least we got that.
What is going to be 60?
Avowed.
Wait, did they say that?
Mm-hmm. They're going to have a 30. Listen to this. They're going to have a 30 mode, a 40 mode, and a 60 mode. The developer came out and confirmed it. The developer also came out and by mistake confirmed pretty much that it's coming to PlayStation 5 because it was just, I guess, this dude that was interviewing her, the lead, and he was like, I don't know what we're doing. He was just rambling, right? And she was just, she was nodding her head and shit. And he was like, I don't know what games we're playing, because Avowed is coming to PlayStation 5. And she was like about to nod her head fully. Then she stopped. She caught herself real quick, like, oh shit, I can't reveal this yet. And so, but it's no secret, bro. We got it.
I am definitely waiting for the.
Oh yeah,
PS5.
yeah. I would wait.
I'm not playing it on PC.
Yeah, I would wait. I mean, it's not if it's a game that I like, for instance, Gears E-Day, I think that might be a game that I'm into. I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to play that on even PC Game Pass. I'm going to get that for the Pro because I want to see it on the Pro. I'm willing to buy that motherfucker straight out, even though I got Game Pass. But if it's a game that I'm like, I don't know, man, I'll try it. Avowed is that for me. So I'll try that on the PC. But if it's something that you're really looking forward to and you got the Pro, you got the motherfucking Pro sitting at your disposal, man, shit. I'm playing it on the Pro. AC Shadows was delayed until March 20th. We got Corey Massey now, 60 frames per second with the side of Jake, or PG 88.
Oh, right. They chicken. Oh my God, Ubisoft chicken out of February.
Yeah, they pushed it back. Hold on one second, because
they are so afraid of Monster Hunter. It's crazy.
Noise downstairs. All right. So, yeah, but so it's going to be stacked. And I'd rather it be in March. Give me a chance to play everything. I don't give a fuck. Put it in March. I don't know what else is coming in March besides that. Is that Clear Obscure, whatever that, that swanky looking RPG game? I think that's March too, or is that another time? Clear Obscure. Fuck it real quick. Let's see what are 2025 games. 2025 games list. Let's see. Let's see what games are coming out this year. Let's do this. Hopefully this is the full list. Okay. 2025.
Comes out in April.
It's April. Okay. Well, let's look at January. We got The Legend of Cyber. I don't know. Wise Memoir. Freedom Wars Remastered. The fuck is that? Excuse me. Dynasty Warriors Origins. There's a lot of shit in January. February, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, of course. Moon, Sid Meier's Civilization. Did I see that right? That Sid Meier's Civilization was like a 48 Metacritic or some shit like that. Did I see that right? Avowed.
Which one?
The one that just came out. Civ 7. I could have sworn I saw it had like some crazy.
No. Civ 7 has a 81.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I was looking at something else. Avowed is February 18th, of course. Monster Hunter Wilds is February 28th. Okay. Oh, but it's so. What are people going home to play then? Because didn't Geek the Sneak send you a message telling he wanted y'all to play this weekend? What is it? A demo?
Yeah,
or some
Monster
shit?
Hunter, but the open beta.
Oh, okay. That's not okay. All right. I that's what I was wondering. Like,
I mean, I already played it on the channel. Like, there's only one more monster added to it.
Okay. Lost Records. Okay. Assassin's Creed Shadows is the 20th. That Atom Fall is dropping March 27th for those that were interested in that. I've been hearing some bad things about that game, man. I've been hearing some bad things. Atom Fall.
Why?
South of Midnight. Some people have been playing like previews of it, and they're like, it's not good. It's not good at all. South of Midnight is April 8th. Fatal Fury. Okay. Yeah, was that Fatal Fury? I think it was Fatal Fury that had Saw. And Clear Obscure is April 24th. Okay, so we got some notable games already slotted so far this year. It's cool. Let's see what else here is the beta. Okay, that's okay. Y'all had me confused here.
Wait. You know what's missing in these months?
What's that?
The months from since January till June. A single first-party game from Sony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're
not even one.
Mm-mm.
We get more Xbox games this year.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this doesn't excuse PlayStation, but Xbox is a third party, is a full-fledged third party developer now. So yeah, it's like we're gonna get more EA games, but still, yeah, the ebb and flow is one PlayStation game first half of the year, and then another one the second half. That's something that I don't think is too hard to ask for.
Do we even get a single third party deal game like?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
That's crazy. Well,
yeah.
Why is nobody talking about that?
Because they're so hung up on Xbox bending the knee, which I get it, but you got to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. Like, now's not the time to say, suck it, bot, and then just go about your business. Like, PlayStation still needs to be on their game.
So, remember what I told you last year? That 2025 is going to start out very dry?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for now, I'm very much right about it. And everybody in chat was like, no, Wolverine is coming out in February. What are you talking about?
What? I missed that.
You remember that shit? You remember that shit?
I must have blocked it out of my mind. I know you guys did not think. Who thought Wolverine was? I know you guys didn't think Wolverine was coming out like in February.
They had the most wet dream takes ever, bro.
Oh my god! No.
The hopium was very real, bro.
Look,
and when I told them, don't expect nothing for at least half of the year, they said, you're crazy. You're crazy.
You guys.
Remember?
Y'all thought Wolverine.
You know why you're getting Forza now in spring already?
Yeah.
Because PlayStation got nothing.
Yeah.
They got to fucking deal with Xbox, bro, to get that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys, we got to stay on them. We got to stay on them more now than ever, because to tell them you can't take your foot off the gas. And there's nothing for them to be afraid of anymore.
Bro,
like,
no. Chat thinks differently. They say treat PlayStation as nicely as you can now, because they are winning.
No, and see, here's the problem. If we had the time to do this, I would wait to jump on this until after I asked this question. But I got a good number of it because we've polled this before. I know a good number of you that are listening now have PlayStation 5 Pros. The fact that I have one, Cold Blood has one, a lot of you have one. The fact that we got PlayStation 5 Pros is all the more reason why PlayStation should be hitting the gas even harder. Because, yeah, we may get a decent PlayStation 5 Pro enhancement from Call of Duty. We may get a good one from Space Marine 2, and we may get some okay ones from other people, and then there might be some bad ones. But the ones that we know that are going to thoroughly kick ass and be the best are the PlayStation ones. So that's all the more why we should be getting more PlayStation games than anything. Not only are we getting a PlayStation banger.
Wait. You know, your chances of getting actual PS5 Pro enhanced first-party games is now very slim.
Why is that?
Like you might get one per year.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. Like
and then the PS6 is not that far away.
No, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, no, I didn't get a Pro to get like 50 old games enhanced, 12 of them be PlayStation games, and then get a PlayStation Pro enhanced first party game once a year. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why they shouldn't be letting it like, oh, it's over now. No, it's just begun. And really, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know people that have been flown out to PlayStation events. I'll just leave it at that. They've been flown out to PlayStation events. Thank you, Syria21, for subscribing. I know people that subbed out to PlayStation events who were shown shit that we have yet to see. And it wasn't this games as a service shit either. I've heard it from like at least 3 sources that don't even fucking know each other, who I've talked to them about other shit, and they said, hey, but did you hear what PlayStation's doing? Like all 3 of them said it to me. And I'm like, holy shit, PlayStation must have the gold mine. And when PlayStation is reluctant to show it, everybody's like, well, maybe they're concerned about Xbox and they're strategically trying to put it out there. What are you concerned about now? So if anything, all that shit should start coming out. Forza's on PlayStation now. It's over. Y'all better open your mouths, man. I mean, again, you know, okay, PlayStation knocked out Xbox. We knew that was happening. We saw Xbox stumbling out of the gate. The motherfuckers came to the fight high. And Coke marks all under their nose. They was already done for. Okay, now tell us what you got. Show us what you really got. There's no more excuses, man.
They hype up State of Disappointment for next week, so you know how bad they want something new. They just don't want to tell you. Well. They're gonna be like, we got Xbox games, but actually they're fucking frustrated and they don't get nothing from Sony themselves.
If they want to be proud and not admit that they were wrong to us, that's fine, because we're not making the games. But y'all better say something to PlayStation. Y'all better open y'all fucking mouths. There's no way. I just one of my most recent videos, I had commented on an Xbox rhetoric. Yeah, what was that Snap Play Blast motherfucker? When he was like, yeah, isn't it crazy? Xbox is putting more first-party games on PlayStation than PlayStation has put out the last 3 years. I mean, and yeah, I mean, he's an Xbox Nad surfer, but he's right. I mean, it doesn't mean anything because Xbox is now a vendor. They're a customer. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation's their pusher. But no, he's essentially right. So, yeah, people. I mean, now's not the time to sit there and say, "Oh, okay, PlayStation, you can take your foot off the pedal." Oh, hell no. We got PlayStation 5 Pros out here. Right? We know this motherfucker can sing. All right, PlayStation, bring the games. Or at the very least, I see you, Corey Massey, in the chat. He said, "Lost soul aside, nobody's gonna mention that."
And when is the release date of that?
And I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, when's the release date? And then even if they do give a release date this year, okay, what else? Because I'm pretty sure that'll be PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced, but I want the creme de la creme. I know the creme de la creme is going to come from the PlayStation first party. So bring it. Bring it, goddammit. RPG 88.
Actually, wait, with Lost Soul aside, they only announced that they're gonna have a release date trailer. We don't know the release date. That might be 2026.
They said that the trailer's coming out this year. RPG 88 says, "Nah, PlayStation needs to speak up." Absolutely, they got to speak up. And that's
sanity in chat.
That's what you do. Yeah, I mean, and hopefully more and more people will realize that there is no competition. It's over, y'all. That's why do y'all think it's so fucking dead this week? It's over. There's no need to get all apprehensive and be like, "Oh, this is going to make the bots look good." The bots are done. There's robot parts all over the field. They have been nuked. It's over. So now you can be honest. The honesty is these motherfuckers need to speak up. That's it. All right. So with that said, we can still kick in some Xbox ribs a little bit, right? Let's start off with talking about Xbox.
No. I think people sometimes misunderstand us. We want PlayStation to do better than they do right now. Mm-hmm. But we also gonna make fun of Xbox. Oh my god. There's so much sold right now.
Oh, bro. The community doesn't make sense to me. And I think what's fueling a lot of this dumb shit are these de facto PC. I don't even want to call them PC gamers. I don't know what they are. These gamers that say they're PC gamers, but they defend consoles. Like, look, back when PC gaming started, PC Master Race was always like, consoles are inferior. Fuck them all. Like there was no, you know what I'm saying, excuse made for console. Now I get it. It's a little bit different this time because Xbox or Windows Game Studios, and I'm gonna break this down for y'all. Windows Game Studios is giving y'all games day and date, right? Fine. It will be like back in the day, Cold Blood, if while Sega had the Dreamcast out there, Sega Publishing was putting their games on PC day and day. That's essentially what's happening. PC gamers back then still would have said, "Oh, okay, that's cool. Sega's putting games on PC day and date, fine. Oh, by the way, still fuck Sega's console. Like fuck Sega, and give us your games." They wanted no parts in the console battle. They defended no console platform whatsoever. So I don't even these. And look, a lot of you so-called PC gamers, Cold Blood and I play more on PC than you motherfuckers anyway, and including me, which is pathetic. We play more, or I'll say this, we play more AAA games. I don't give a fuck about no banana. We play more AAA games on PC than y'all do, period. And that's part of the discussion here. So, like, I don't know where these dudes come from. They're weird. I don't even know. I don't know if you guys are actually PC gamers, let alone gamers at all. But what we've really been seeing is the last remnants of these Xbox gamers in PC clothing trying to go out swinging. But yeah, the reaction to the platform change has been huge. I want to show you guys something here I think was very, very comical. Let's go. Let's roll that beautiful beam footage. So this is a tweet from Jamie Zach. Shout out to Jamie Zach. By far the most entertaining source out there on Twitter today. He says, poor dude, he's trying to find a W at Xbox. With Xbox going multi-platform, they're now competing with third-party publishers. Why would any publisher prioritize Xbox, the platform? We got to be careful about this. Xbox, the platform, when Microsoft is pushing its games on PlayStation. Xbox is a direct competitor to EA, Capcom, Ubisoft, etc. And he's got a snippet up here of what Jazz said in a Windows article. And what Jazz says here is, until Xbox can get AAA studios and exciting indies to organically support Xbox Play Anywhere, Microsoft's current gaming strategy will not pay off. If I was a teacher proofreading this, even Jamie's Act's tweet, there would be red marks everywhere. Here's why. What Xbox has effectively done, y'all, is warped you guys' minds into misconstruing what the fuck is Xbox versus what the fuck is Windows gaming. I'm going to show you the difference. Here goes an org chart. The org chart is what you go by when you want to see how a business is structured. Look at this guy. Do you guys recognize this guy at the top here? This guy smiling and shit. That guy smiling at the top, his name is Phil Spencer. Let me ask you a question. Chat, you guys let me know. Does it say that Phil Spencer is the CEO of Xbox? Or is he the CEO of Microsoft Gaming? Go ahead, I'll give you guys a few seconds to read it. Okay. All right. It says Microsoft Gaming. Okay, gotcha. All right. This guy, Matt Booty. What does it say that he does? Does it say that he's the president of Xbox Games? Or does it say that he is the president of game content and studios under Microsoft Gaming? No, it just says, it doesn't say anything about Xbox in his authentic business structure title. As a matter of fact, any of these mofos on his org chart, where does it say Xbox at all under their name? Can you catch where? Yes, Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond is the president of Xbox. That is her corporate structure job title. So what you guys have to understand is that Phil Spencer and company, they're fucking with y'all again. They're trying to keep y'all confused as always. When you hear Phil talking about Xbox and what he does for he's talking about Windows gaming. I get Matt Booty has a department called Xbox Publishing. Again, that's to fuck with your head. It's called market tagging. It's something that you do, or brand tagging. It's something that you do. You keep like old adages of your old brand name when you're going through a brand evolution. Xbox went through a brand evolution. They spliced out the reliance of software from the hardware, and they're two totally separate entities. And now everything is Microsoft Gaming. So when you hear Phil talk about Xbox and when you hear Matt talk about Xbox, they're using brand tagging because that's the brand name that you're familiar with, but they're actually talking about Microsoft Gaming. The only person that does anything directly with the last remnants of whatever is Xbox is Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond is in charge of the platform and the services. That's the last part of Xbox. So that would be consoles, this handheld, Game Pass. That's what's considered Xbox. And then the stores as well, like the Windows Store. The Windows Store, Battle.net, that's Xbox. Because it's tethered to their marketplace. The software isn't tethered to the marketplace anymore. And the overall Microsoft Gaming isn't reliant upon the marketplace. So you guys, you stop. Do me a favor, Xbox gamers, do yourselves a favor, because you've been lied to for the last 13 years under Phil Spencer. Stop doing what Phil wants you to do and start making demands that he does what you want him to do. You want more focus on the platform, Sarah Bond's part. You want that to be more dependable for you. When you hear him talk about Xbox, he's fucking with you. He's trying to make you think it's all, you know what I'm saying, one ubiquitous system. It's not. Like, for instance, when they come to a group meeting, it feels like, okay, everybody, let me know what your performance statistics are. And Matt Booty comes in and he's like, oh yeah, man, we sold a gazillion games, man. All hail to PlayStation. Oh my gosh. And he sits down. Then fucking Sarah stands up and she's like, well, networking, hardware went down another 55%. And, Game Pass, even with Call of Duty only went up 1%. And she sits back now. Do you think Matt Booty's like, oh, fuck, my bonus is screwed? No. He's still going to Cancun for the summer. Sarah's fucked, not him. She's been spliced out and she has her own self-reliant department. So when they talk about Xbox, understand they're trying to confuse the shit out of you. They're trying to make you think this is all interwoven. No, they're just using, again, it's called market. It's called brand tagging. When you go through a brand evolution, when the structure of your business changes, a brand and the branding changes, AKA a brand evolution, they'll use some of the old tagging because it's familiar with you. They don't want you to get confused. When actually, it's an oxymoron because they are confusing you. Matt Booty is head of games and content and studios for Microsoft Gaming, not Xbox. Even though it's called Xbox Publishing, it's not tethered to the hardware at all. If it was, it wouldn't be coming to PlayStation the way that it is. So make sure you guys understand that, because everybody's losing sight of that, and particularly Jazz when he says, until Xbox can get AAA studios and exciting indies to organically support Xbox Play Anywhere, Microsoft's current gaming strategy will not pay. That's a fucking lie. Or it's hogwash. Bruh, Matt Booty's department was in December, was the highest grossing publisher in the world. 65% of them shits was sold on PlayStation. Matt Booty's just fine. Sarah Bond is the motherfucker in trouble. So in other words, it should read, Until Xbox can get AAA studios and exciting indies to organically support Xbox Play Anywhere, Sarah Bond's current gaming strategy will not pay off. Phil's fine, Matt's fine, Dave's gonna be okay. I don't know, I don't think Dave is there anymore. All these other motherfuckers that are still here, they'll be fine. Sarah Bond will just have to answer for what she does. So make sure you guys understand that. Microsoft Gaming is going to be just fine. But Microsoft Gaming is not a competitor to PlayStation. Microsoft Gaming isn't just about the platform and services. Microsoft Gaming now is actually a vendor for PlayStation. Microsoft Gaming is now eating off of PlayStation. Everybody's happy, celebrating, going to Cancun, except for Sarah Bond. Because Sarah Bond's part is the last definitive thing that's somewhat competing with PlayStation until they make this conversion over to handheld and Windows stores or whatever. And while everybody's celebrating and pouring champagne and shit, she's sitting there looking sour-faced because platform is falling off the fucking cliff. Call of Duty, first time Call of Duty ever launched, day and date in the Game Pass, fucking content and services only went up 2%. Meanwhile, Matt Booty sold, he had 145 million games, I don't know what fucking crazy number it was, and 65% of that is on PlayStation. PlayStation sent him a bunch of Christmas cookies. You know, he's sending them thank you cards. They're business partners now. Don't get confused when Phil Spencer goes on TV, well, the future of Xbox and future of... He's talking Microsoft Gaming. So you got to be better than him and stop referring to all of Microsoft Gaming as Xbox. It's Microsoft Gaming. The only thing Xbox is platform, services, and PC stores. That's it. That's it. So that's Game Pass, console, wherever this fucking handheld is, if it's even coming out, in the Windows Store and Battle.net. That's Xbox. That makes sense? We got Winter Soldier in the house. He says, what's up, MM2K and Gold Blood? What's up, brother? I just had to point that out because, again, they're fooling you. They're still trying to keep you guys invigorated because, of course, the platform people are pissed off, Cold Blood. They're mad as fuck. They're not getting any attention. So to make sure that they feel like they're still getting attention, that's why they still call the games part Xbox. But it's not. It's Windows Gaming. When you want to know that, that's why we told y'all before, if you want to know what's really going on, you got to look at the core business documents. You get those either in court, right? That's why all those FTC leaks were essential for you to understand where Xbox was headed, even if you didn't want to believe us. Those FTC leaks. And two, you look at org charts. You look at what's said in these business seminars. That's why when y'all was saying that Tim Stewart was only talking about ABK, when he was talking about they want to put their games everywhere, you don't understand where to look. They will come to Paris Game Show or an XO19 and they will lie to you to your face. They're not going to lie to investors at a business conference, which Tim Stewart was at. They're not going to misconstrue things in their core business documents, which represents an org chart. That's their core setup. And in their core setup, the only thing labeled Xbox is Sarah Bond's department. So I don't know if Jazz is trying to help them in this confusion game, or if he's confused himself. But no, Microsoft Gaming in their games and contents, now that they're tethered to PlayStation, they are fine. Like Ubisoft is, like EA is, they're fine. They have discovered the milk and honey of the PlayStation marketplace. And PlayStation is happy because they're like, hey, look, the more in our store, the more lucrative it becomes. Why? Because if you're the average gamer, you just want one place to settle in. It's like the homie Doc Dark said. He don't even care about exclusives. But when he saw GTA 7 Cold Blood next to Forza Horizon 5, and the caption read, there's only one place you can play both of these racers, and that's PlayStation. That's powerful. That means me as a consumer, I ain't gotta get a PC, and I ain't gotta get this, and I ain't gotta get a Switch, and I ain't gotta get an Asus ROG. I just get me a PlayStation, and I get access to most of the most heavily sought after games in one place. It's a wrap. But they're trying to keep y'all engaged by referring to everything as Xbox and confusing you. Stop doing what they want you to do. Force them to do what you want them to do for you. Call it what it is. It's Microsoft Gaming. It's not Xbox. It's Microsoft Gaming. Sarah Bond is the president of the Xbox division of Microsoft Gaming. The Xbox division of Microsoft Gaming ain't got shit to do with Matt Booty and the rest of the motherfuckers at Cancun right now because they're selling a whole bunch of games on PlayStation. And they're going to keep selling more. Just like any other third-party publisher. You think Matt Booty's going to say, hold on, Phil. We got to stop, man. Cancel the trip. Cancel the flight. We're not going to fucking Cancun. Sarah's sinking here, dude. No. Man, look. South of Midnight. Doom the Dark Ages. And fucking Gears of War E-Day. Now it's going to be exclusive for Sarah. All right, guys? Fuck no. He's going to look at her, probably whisper over to Tim Stewart, sucks to be her. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught in the confusion at all. The homie Winter Soldier says, yeah, when I add execs on Twitter, Blue Sky, I never include Phil. I just try to get Sarah Bond and maybe ID and Xbox people's attention. But even the ID, why did I go away so fast? But even the ID guys are useless. Yeah. Well, what you got to understand, Will, and I'm pretty sure you would agree with this. And again, if I'm wrong, you guys let me know. In Cold Blood, because Cold Blood, I don't remember seeing Sarah Bond at the Game Awards.
No, it was just Phil Spencer,
Aaron,
Pat Greenberg, and
Matt Booty.
What is Minecraft dude? Yeah.
I don't. Sarah Bond wasn't at the Game Awards. And then don't forget, Tom Warren got that crazy ass story. Oh yeah, Sarah Bond's, she's staking her career on this Xbox is everywhere. They showed a new ad for the campaign that she pushed and she wasn't even fucking there, bro. You know why? Because I smell a rift. I told you, we told you on this channel a while ago. There's the Phil Spencer wing and there's the Satya and Nadella wing. And Sarah Bond is considered part of the Satya and Nadella wing. She is not welcome, I don't think, by Aaron Greenberg and any of them. And I will tell you this, I'm not going to say who. but I have it on very good authority that someone spoke to somebody with very close ties to the closest you can get to Microsoft. And they confirmed they don't like Sarah Bond there. I have this on very good authority. It just hit me because I forgot to even tell Coldblood this. Tell Coldblood, I'll tell you, I'll send it to you in the link. And I'll tell you why they don't like her. I have it on very good authority. They're not fond of her over there. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with them. She's not any less competent than the rest of them over there. God damn it. I forgot the motherfucker's name. I can't even type it to Coldblood. I ran a blank. I can't believe this. I swear to God, Coldblood, I ain't bullshitting you. Once it hits me, I'm gonna send it to you in a DM. I forgot all about that. So she's not heavily regarded over there. And that's not like a real big secret. Because she even admitted herself that her and Phil Spencer didn't get along. They had to get HR involved. But I thought that was telling that she revealed that in the way that she did. I think that just added, more wood to the fire. But yeah, I smell a rift. And that's why, again, and this is my theory, but it hasn't been proven wrong yet. Because she was the one that originally told that original podcaster that Wukong wasn't coming to Xbox because of outside business deals. She's the original one that started running with that, right? And trying to feed that to people publicly. Because remember, the content creator said so live on air. Well, I believe she is the one that went to Paul Tassi, Eurogamer, or not even Eurogamer, I'm sorry, Digital Foundry and IGN. Why? Because Jez Gordon already kind of ran something on that, but Jez Gordon and Tom Warren are Phil Spencer dudes. They're Phil Spencer guys. Maybe she didn't feel comfortable going to them and running that with them. Maybe she tried to get her own people that she leaked to. Because I'm sitting there looking like, who the fuck would release this to Paul Tassi, Digital Foundry, and IGN? That's like the weirdest trio ever. It's like making a sandwich with ketchup, Jello, and tuna fish and shit. Like, who the fuck would make something like what the hell? So, yeah, I don't think she's any more incompetent than the rest of them there. But I always try to tell her that anyone that would listen, that even if you're going multi-plat, you can afford to miss third-party. See, here's the problem, Winter Soldier. You're telling the wrong person, bro. The multi-plat strategy isn't hers. The game, what's going multi-plat? See, this is what you guys got to understand. I got the org chart up there. Look at the org chart, bro. What's going multi-plat? Is Game Pass going to PlayStation? No. Game Pass ain't going to PlayStation. Is like, can you boot? Is there like a Microsoft app on PlayStation and you can play the Xbox version of games on your PlayStation? No. That's not what's happening. What's going to PlayStation? Microsoft games. Well, what does that got to do with Sarah Bond? Because all Microsoft games are under Matt Booty. You see how, but see, they're confusing everybody. They see how they confuse you too. You shouldn't be tweeting her. You should be tweeting Matt. That's out of her control that the software is going multi-plat. Her job when Sarah Bond is talking about Xbox, we don't need a console. That's your beef. Your beef with her is the fact that she's trying to take reliance on the console. She's trying to take the power from the console. Now, part of that is having exclusives. Yes. If you don't have good exclusives, you make a very weak case for people to buy your gaming box. So I get your frustration, but you addressing this is a two-pronged thing. The fact that they're saying, oh, look, the Xbox experience is on a toaster, a doorknob, a Fire TV, and then they want you, the mainstream AAA gamer that went from playing 4K 60, or if it was an old gen game, 4K 120, or whatever it could do, you going from that to playing a pixelated 1080p 60 via the cloud. That's Sarah Bond. So you argue that part with her. But if you're mad about the games, and this is what we got to understand, when we got to put the right shit in the right buckets. If you're mad about the games, that's a Matt Booty thing. That's a Matt Booty and a Phil Spencer thing. Because that's what they're pushing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to defend her, but I'm just saying she's not any more incompetent as they are. Because they're totally losing their identity, trying to be a master. They're trying to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. But the whole games thing is Matt Booty. Now, again, back to what Jazz Gordon is talking about. He's talking about just Play Anywhere. Play Anywhere is an Xbox thing. That's going to affect Sarah Bond. That has no bearing on the success of Microsoft altogether. When no motherfuckers can keep putting up stats that they are the biggest selling publisher in the world, and as long as PlayStation ain't going nowhere, they Gucci. They going to Cancun. Sarah Bond is the one in trouble. So I just want to make that abundantly clear, because Microsoft is clearly trying to confuse you because they want its downtrodden Xbox consumer base, its most vocal group, to still feel like they're part of the discussion. You guys ain't. I hate to tell you. You're not part of the discussion anymore. There may be hints. Oh yeah, don't worry, man. We got Jason Ronald. He's working on. He is our liaison for next gen. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. He's our liaison for next gen. We're working on this handheld. We want to do this. Come on, man. I would trust that just as much as trusting when Xbox said that they were going to go to VR cold blood. When they would say, a true next generation experience, it has to include VR. I would trust that just as much as when Phil said that shit. He says, well, that was me directing that more towards ID at Xbox Team 2, says Winter Soldier. Yeah, unfortunately, bro, the way that everything is set up right now, you're gonna have to send a message. Yeah, because they're useless. And when I say useless, I don't mean to insult them. I mean they're useless in trying to use them to get a message escalated, because they're probably confused too. Like, which direction is up? If you have a platform issue that's related to the console being alienated, Game Pass, shit like that, that's Sarah Bond. If you got an issue with third-party games coming to the platform, that's Sarah Bond. If you got an issue with Xbox quote-unquote publisher games or Microsoft gaming titles going to PlayStation day and date, that's Phil Spencer, Matt Booty. It's out of Sarah Bond's control. Old Gaming Guru says, but now we should trust that they deliver on excellent exclusives. Yeah, they don't have no exclusives, bro. They might have. Xbox may get some timed exclusives, like South of Midnight, right? They're going to be timed. And the way to look at it is, if the game doesn't bomb, it's eventually coming to PlayStation. And that might just be logistics. Like Xbox right now, I hate to tell you, Will, and fucking Jazz Gordon said this himself, bro. He said this a couple of years ago when, you know, when Jazz gets all mad and shit and he starts talking the truth for like, what, 15 minutes, cold blood. Jazz will get mad. He'll come on the Xbox 2 podcast and you'll get him to talk the truth for a good 15 minutes. He said essentially what Xbox is going to become is a beta tester for PlayStation. Jazz Gordon, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but Jazz Gordon said that. He said when these rumors first started swirling, he had said something to the effects that, you know, Xbox is going to become a beta tester for PlayStation. That's essentially it. Example number one, Starfield. Example number one is Starfield. Let's hurry it up. Let's get the game in Game Pass, because we gotta feed Game Pass something in order for Game Pass to be, you know, in order for Game Pass to keep having games at a rhythm, even if it's not complete. Just put it in Game Pass so content is flowing in Game Pass. They'll at least do that for Sarah, because Game Pass is Satya's brainchild, not Phil's. Remember, I've been telling you guys for years. Satya went to Phil and said, how can this department go along with my belief system in cloud and subscription services? And that's where Game Pass was born. It was born from Satya. So they can't just ignore Game Pass. They can ignore the console, because Satya don't even give a fuck about the console. But they can't ignore Game Pass. So as Windows games and content, Matt's area got a game good enough to release in their eyes, they'll put it in Game Pass. Just so they feed Game Pass with content. Then it'll bounce around in the air, get some usage, right? And then when they're ready for the game to make money for them, they'll put it on place. They'll fix that. They'll package that baby up. They'll fix it, shine that motherfucker up real good, and put it on PlayStation and Pro enhance it too. And it'll play better on PlayStation than it does on Xbox, even on the base. So yeah, the Xbox will get timed exclusives, but if we're looking at things holistically, they're basically they're beta testing the game for it to come to PlayStation. There's going to be some games, cold blood, that Xbox is so confident about that they're like, no, fuck that. Put that bitch on PlayStation Day Date. Doom: The Dark Ages. But there's going to be some games that logistically they cannot parallel develop for, and because they have a need to feed Game Pass, they got to put it out before it comes to PlayStation. While it's in Game Pass day and date or whatever, they're gonna polish that motherfucker up, spit shine it, get it ready for PlayStation, then it moves to PlayStation. So, all right, but Cold Blood, I actually do have a couple questions for you, brother. I know I had to go on that long diatribe, but it's just important for people to understand what's going on, y'all. You guys are being manipulated with this whole, yeah, well, what I do for Xbox. No, motherfucker, what you do for Windows and Microsoft Gaming. You ain't doing shit for Xbox. You do some shit for Game Pass. You ain't doing shit for Xbox in totality, though. Y'all talking a good game about it. We're gonna bring out this handheld. Jason Ronald is the lead. Is the lead beard on Next Generation. Whatever. But Cold Blood. I got a couple questions for you, bro. Question number one. As you know, it's been awfully quiet out in these gaming streets, man. You can hear a pin drop. It's crying and shit out these streets. Do you think that these Xbox fanboys have just given up, or do you think they're officially done now? I mean, look, we got Porter Rock interviewing Post Up. Can you believe that shit, bro? He's gonna be interviewing Post Up later on today. Yeah, it's all over. Good fight, Porter Rock. let me dust these Cheez-Its off my hand and shake your hand. Are these Xbox fanboys over the platform? You think they gave up? Or you think they still got some fight left in them, bro?
I mean, Kid Smooth gave up. We know that.
Yeah.
Did you listen to his newest classic?
Oh yeah, what? Don't take the games off of Xbox. Please don't take the games from me. That might be his best one, yo. That might be his best shit. I might actually pump that shit. Two, take the games. But go ahead, my man, go ahead.
I think the ones that financially are bound to Xbox to talk about Xbox in a positive light.
Mm-hmm.
They're not giving up.
Yeah.
Like our favorite punching bag, Mr. Boomstick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he
ain't giving up. Hagit ain't giving up.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Who actually might have given up is K Mega, from what I saw.
Oh, for real?
I mean, I don't see that motherfucker do nothing lately.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He is quiet.
Yeah. And I saw not too long ago, Mr. 100. I saw him I think he was on a podcast with Z. So they doing that now because they give it up, bro. They give it up.
Your friend, the Dirt. He's gonna be around. So.
Okay.
But he gave up on the idea of Xbox having exclusives. At least he is honest about it. Unlike Mr. Boomstick. That motherfucker still thinks it's all just a phase, and we're gonna go back to the fucking console wars, like it was back in the day. Nah, that ain't happening no more.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
What once Forza is over on PlayStation, your trinity of the Holy Grail is gone.
Yeah.
It's fucking gone.
Yeah.
And, well, we always say Forza is the end, but, bro, just imagine the ass hurt they're gonna have when Gears comes. Bro, they're gonna wish they just had diarrhea instead of what the fuck they witnessed, bro.
They're gonna be deleting.
I'm telling you. A lot of them will, yeah. For damn sure, because these dudes are mentally unstable already. They won't take much more abuse than that.
Yeah.
No, those that are completely financially bound, they're gonna still stay. Yeah, you're gonna see them around still. Those that really aren't, they're gonna fade away very soon.
Yeah. No, I think I think I totally agree with you there. And I think in addition to that, the people that are out in the community, like some of these weirdo pseudo PC dudes.
Brother, wait. The Twitter accounts right now, like Xbox Series X and shit.
Yeah.
Like those accounts, bro, they're gonna be done soon.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm talking. Yeah, okay.
They're gonna be they're gonna be trolled to fucking hell. like anything they say, bro. There's so much receipts on them.
Oh yeah.
They're just gonna delete their account or start muting and blocking everybody, so nobody's gonna hear of them. But a few select other Xbox fucking nutcases. So yeah, the era of rabbit ass Xbox fanboy accounts on Twitter is probably over.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. That's that.
And yes, I can't post up on that too. This era is over.
It's a wrap. Well, you can that's proven by tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, y'all. He gonna be on there with Porter Rock.
He lawyered himself out of the console war.
Bruh. Post went from being a quote. He came in his game cosplaying as a serious gamer. He went from being a serious gamer to a GitHub specialist to a paralegal. Like all within a 13-month span and shit, right? So it was like the gig was up, man. Hustle Man, that's Hustle Man. If y'all ever watch Martin, it's Hustle Man off of Martin. Yeah, the gig is up. So I'm interested to see what he has to say, which it will be an entertaining show, because I will tell y'all this, and I told this to the members earlier in the week. Give y'all a little bit of tea, ain't nothing serious. Out of all the people, when we were all podcasting and going back and forth behind the scenes, Porter Rock and Post Up, they always got along. They was always cool. Like when we go off air and shit like that, they was always laughing and joking. There's never they would be explosive when they were on air, but they always, were friendly and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised by that. It's kind of like how me and Tim were, where me and Tim would go on crazy rants on Twitter and shit like that, but behind the scenes we'd be laughing and joking and shit like that. So you're gonna get a very entertaining and a very truth-telling. I would expect a very truth-telling podcast tonight. You're not going to want to miss it. Bender of String says they'll all migrate to PC. Yeah, well, not all of them, bro. Not all of them. Here's what's going to happen, and it's a goddamn shame, Bender of String. And I'm not disagreeing with you to say you're wrong. Here's why I'm going to say it's not that you're wrong. Here's the irony of it, though. Think about this. You're already seeing it. The content creators are migrating to PC. That's where you got it spot on. But the people that they got super chat money from, that was clicking on their shit, paying, keeping their lights on, most of them motherfuckers can only afford console. They can't afford to go over and play these games over on PC. They can't afford it. They stuck like Chuck.
Brother, then I would ask them, why the hell do you even super chat if you can't afford a fucking PC?
Because that's how brainwashed they were. I'm not saying I feel sorry for them. Because if somebody's sitting there showing you a bowl of shit and they're trying to tell you that it's pudding, when it's clear, you see flies circling around it and it's clearly shit, and you believe it's pudding, that's on you. You go take a spoonful, that's on you.
No, wait. I know the excuse. Because Game Pass saves me money.
So I'm gonna give it forward in this super chat. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Those are the people that they're stuck. And those are the people that, like Cold Blood said, they're gonna delete their accounts. Why, bro? Because they going to PlayStation. They're going to PlayStation right now. Those people are in a holding pattern. They're going to sit there and wait and see if how this handheld or this hardware happens. But when they find out that this handheld ain't going to be cheap, or it might not even happen, would you think they going to the cloud? Not at no motherfucking 1080p, 60. They're going to PlayStation, and they're going to delete their account.
Bro, the xCloud hype is so dead.
Oh my god, like, bro!
Ain't nobody talking about fucking xCloud anymore.
Bruh. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad for the Sarah Bond part. It's really bad, and it's like they're leaving her out on the cliff, and all she can do. That's why I think she went apeshit over Wukong. Think about it, y'all. She's the one that made the stink so bad about Wukong, even if all of Microsoft Gaming believed it. They didn't give a fuck. Matt don't give a fuck. He probably, sucks to be her. Well, let's get this pro enhancement out for Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Phil Spencer. Oh shit. Oh man, that's bad for Sarah. Oh god. Yeah, Call of Duty's about to launch in Game Pass. Okay, all right, let's keep going. That's all he cares about. That's Sarah's overall effort. That's a weight on Sarah. That's an albatross around her neck. That's why she made the stink about it. That's why she approached that content creator first. That's why he went live. Because that fucked her up when that happened. So yeah, Xbox, the platform, xCloud, like unless they come out with unless they come out with an announcement that says that, you know, Xbox, what is going up to at least 1440p, and now they got at least, you know, 1,000 games, because that's the standard. Like if you want to believe that xCloud is going to come back into the mainstream discussion, I'm not talking to my cloud gaming people. I know my cloud gaming people is counting up the minutes logged or whatever that Phil and Satya reported. We did the same thing for Stadia, trust me. Nobody, you know, I hate to remind folks, nobody cared when we were sitting there trying to boost that shit up for Stadia. It didn't matter. It didn't help Stadia. You know what I mean? Like, mainstream gamers don't care. All they want to know is that, hey, this game that I want to play on Xbox, can I play it in the cloud, and is it going to look awesome? Well, I mean, we got Cyberpunk in the cloud. Okay. We got Space Marine, and we got Baldur's Gate 3. Okay. That's it. I mean, nothing else here I want to play. Like, why would I even want to play? Okay. What does it look like on the cloud? It looks like that? Fuck out of here. You trying to tell me GeForce Now Ultimate plays your games better than your own services do? Like, goddamn, Xbox can't win anywhere. On the cloud, their games look better on GeForce Now. On the console, their games look better on PlayStation. Like, goddamn.
Oh, actually, someone needs to make a documentary on how gamers rejected Xbox so much.
Yeah, it's coming. It'll come.
Like, bro, even in the 360 era, we don't even know the actual sales numbers because of the fucking Red Ring of Death shit.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know the raw console sales, but that's always a misnomer, because they kicked ass in software. So they did. I won't say they did well, because they both lost money, but they did what they were supposed to do, which was be a real big thorn in the side of PlayStation and be in position to take them out, and they flubbed it with the Xbox One. But yeah, I mean, really the downfall of Xbox was Phil Spencer. Once Phil Spencer became in charge, I can't even say Satya Nadella. Satya Nadella was a problem, a huge problem. But let's just say if Mike Ybarra was in there. If Mike Ybarra was there, we're not getting Phantom Dust with the original assets when the Xbox Series. Fuck no. The Xbox Series X isn't launching with the fucking Falconer. If Mike Ybarra's in there, are they beating PlayStation? No, because the way Satya Nadella thinks, it was always going to be hard for them to run neck and neck with them again. The way he runs shit. But you know, they could have squeaked out a couple of NPDs here and there. You know, they would have been relevant enough in the discussion, and they would have been irrelevant enough market-wise to where they would have been a respectable second/third. You know what I'm saying? It would have been it would have been a lot more respectable. But the downfall of Xbox is simply Phil Spencer. Why? Because he's too incompetent to know how to broker or create good games. He knew nothing about it. He had more at his disposal. Even before Bethesda and ABK, he had more than enough at his disposal. And they launched with the Falconer, bro. And again, nothing against the developers, any developers there. You don't release a AAA console with your only exclusive being like a AA indie game. That Cold Blood, like think about that, y'all. That's never happened. That's never happened. You're trying to be a AAA console and you launch with a AA game as your only exclusive, your only, platform exclusive. That's crazy, bro. Even if you got to come up with your own version of Godfall, which just shows the shimmeriness of it's not really a good game. That happens all the time. It's been happening for the last 30 years. Games launch with bad but pretty console exclusives to show off the tech of the console. That happens all the time. You couldn't even come up with that, bro. You launched with the Falconer. Like, what is we doing here? Will Sink said, Old Man Gaming Guru says, actually, he never committed. He used words like expect, planned, and on track, as well as mentioning the possible things of slippage. Boom's probably still asking for Helldivers 2, probably. Yeah, I think at this point, it's good to surmise that Boom is riding a wave. Excuse me. He's trolling. He's trolling. Winter Soldier said, I'd even blame Satya. Why did keep Phil in his yeah. Well, think about it. This is why he kept him. And Cold Blood, you let me know if you agree. The reason why Satya kept Phil is because Satya never cared about preserving Xbox, and I'm gonna bring this back up, Xbox the platform. He never cared about the Sarah Bond part. Opposite of Game Pass. That's the only thing he cared about. He never cared about the console. Phil Spencer was fighting to preserve the console part. All he knows is that when he took over Microsoft, and this is Satya, Microsoft was in the hole. Listen to Paul Thurrott of the Paul Thurrott think tank. He'll tell you. Until 2018, Microsoft never made money off of gaming. They never made money. It was always a lead loss affair for 16 years, bro. They never made money. All of a sudden, In 2018, when PlayStation has its big year, Microsoft is finally in the green in gaming. They finally made money. Remember when they shocked the world? Sony made 21 billion and people was like, oh, if Sony, that was the most money that Sony had ever made, or was 24 billion or something like that. And people were like, oh man, Sony crushed it this year. God of War, Spider-Man. Oh, if they made 24 billion, Microsoft probably made 5 billion. And then they found out Microsoft made 16 billion. And they said, what? Even though PlayStation still walloped their ass, they were shocked that Microsoft was even that close. They launched nothing. The only thing that they had was State of Decay and Sea of Thieves, I think. They still made $16 billion. That sent shockwaves through the industry. So Satya is looking at that and was like, oh, this Phil, he might not be too bad after all. Because Satya just cares about the money. All of Phil's predecessors never made money. Phil makes money. But what Satya doesn't realize is they made money off of hype. People were still buying games, and not Xbox games because there weren't any Xbox games to buy. They were buying, and remember Game Pass wasn't popping back then, right? Remember, Will? They were just buying Fortnite. Remember Fortnite hit? They got Minecraft. They had PlayFab and Havoc increasing earnings in the game division. And Phil was spot checking and managing all that, and they were finally making money. So Satya doesn't care about the quality of games. He doesn't care about the quality of the platform. All he cares about is the money side. And Phil did what he asked him to. And now they're finally making money. And Satya, 2018, Satya is a rock star. Remember, he's a fucking rock star in 2018. And Phil helped him become a rock star as far as money is concerned. So to me and you and everybody else and their grandmother, Phil is inept and incompetent as fuck because he cannot curate great games or great platform. But to Satya, he's superb because he's making him money in a division that hadn't made money in 16 years. Even though they had to do it by cutting and gutting everything and simply getting lucky enough to be around when Fortnite came out. Because most of that money was Fortnite and Minecraft money. And Minecraft was Satya's baby. Satya brought that deal to the table and called Phil and asked Phil if he was ready to pull the trigger on it. So you got to look at it from Satya's perspective. That's why Satya thought Phil was cool. He don't give a damn about gaming culture. He don't give a damn that Gears was trash the last 3 iterations, or Gears was mediocre. I'm gonna say it was trash, but it was mediocre as hell last 3 iterations. He don't care about that, bro. He don't care that they just launched the excuse me, the 1X with Phantom Dust and Super Lucky's Tales. He don't care. All he's doing is looking at financials, and they're in the good, and they've never been in the green. So Phil earned a lot of respect from him because of that. How does Phil pay off that new awarded Satya capital? How does he pay it off? The Xbox Series S. This motherfucker replicates the same bottleneck that hampered him with the 1X, which was having a console with a completely different, well, not a completely different structure, but with a structure with a bottleneck that fucked up the more powerful machine. As you remember, the Xbox One, the original Xbox One, had the SRAM in it. They took it out of the series of the 1X, but that's still, and that bottlenecked the capabilities of the 1X because it was a mid-gen refresh. They couldn't make games only for the 1X and not take into account, you know, the structure and the setup of the actual One games. So it got bottlenecked. Instead of saying, whoo, okay, we learned our lesson. That was a Dawn Matric thing. We're not going to do that again. Look, we're just going to drop an Xbox One X. We're going to drop an Xbox Series X digital and an Xbox Series X with the disc. We're going to do what PlayStation is doing. Instead of them doing that, he replicates the bottleneck that he just dealt with last gen. He creates an underpowered system with fucked up memory that then hampers the capabilities and the development for the stronger one. Satya he's not adept to gaming. He doesn't realize that. He thinks it's smart. Oh, you're going to make multiple consoles. One is $300 and one $5. Okay, all right. Well, you've been making us money so far, Phil. I hope you're right. Yeah, Satya, I'm right because right. He was totally fucking wrong. Him and Jason Ronald, totally wrong. Him, Jason Ronald, and Kareem Chaudhry. Now they got rid of Kareem. Kareem's gone. And Kareem Chaudhry was over the cloud. But Jason Ronald was extremely, god damn, what a colossal fuck up. But that's the leadership. He's the one that put those people. Satya doesn't know this, Will. He don't understand that this is his SME, his subject matter expert on gaming. Look what he did. So yeah, I mean, you can point to Satya Nadella and trust me, I am not in the game of defending Satya. You can look at Satya Nadella and say, yeah, he was problematic for the development of the Xbox platform. Absolutely. But the one that fucked this all up was Phil. You put Mike Ybarra in there, and I know Cold Blood's like, man, would you shut the fuck up about this damn mic? But I'm just saying, you put something, you put a Jack Trenton, a Mike Ybarra. I'm not even saying the best and the sharpest execs out there, but you put a Mike Ybarra or even a Jack Trenton behind those CEO roles that has to deal with a Satya, and they're not doing the same dumb shit that Phil did. They're not replicating the same bottleneck that was out of your control. He's not replicating that with the Series S and the Series X. You're not launching your next gen platform with the Falconer. You're not sending emails to Satya, I think we have the better hardware, and don't have a clue what the fuck you got. And it's so bad that you make all these promises, but then you have to private. They had to private their launch Xbox Series S video. We got to download it. I just can't play it here because if they privated it, they probably would strike the channel if we played it here. But if you go back, and I think you could still go through IGN and look at Xbox Series S launch day or something like that, you can find it. But the promises that they make in that original launch video are so off base, they could be sued for that shit. That's why they privated that shit. Awful, god awful. Phil, if you put, I'm telling you, bro, Jack Trenton, fucking, I'm Donnie D and shit. And other people, oh no way, don't put the man. If he would have kept Donnie D and said, now Donnie, you better watch the money. And then Donnie D said, okay, all right, I can't go big and ambitious the way that I was going to go. I think even Donnie D would have, if he would have stayed around, would have done a better job, because he would have had a better eye for exclusives. And even though he was the one that originally went with the SRAM the first time around, he would have learned from his mistake. He wouldn't have done it again. It's just something about Phil, bro. This dude, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't get it. All right. Second question for Cold Blood, and then we're gonna move on. So we've already established that, look, man, except for some of the channels that like the boomsticks that are just going to throw caution to the wind and just make up reality as they go. A lot of them are gonna, a lot of these accounts are gonna go away. But these channels, like once these channels, they got all these receipts pulled on them, bruh, that are having these repeat. I see Porter Rock. Porter Rock is a fucking demon, bro. He's petty as fuck. Porter Rock is petty. Now y'all see why I wouldn't debate that motherfucker. He's petty as hell. Remember in 1992 when you said 1919, you said he's petty and he's sitting there. He drowning everybody in receipts. But Cold Blood, what do you, in your opinion, what are some of these bigger channels going to do that are having these, that are being bombarded with these receipts, bro? Like, do you think they can even survive this shit? Or what are they going, you think they can rebrand and survive, or what? What they going to do?
Defamation lawsuits.
That's the only option they got.
Yeah, probably. That's what salty ass people do.
Oh man. Yeah.
They're gonna start copyright shit where someone is playing a clip of them or something. Yeah. they're gonna try to take everybody with them.
If I die swinging, everybody dies. I get it. Well, what about
Boomstick for sure is gonna do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think he cares though. I think Boom is embracing this.
Yeah, for now, but when his money dries up, he's no longer gonna embrace it. Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah. Because it's like, it would be like if you made Dreamcast content, right? Like, how long can you stay around and still be advocating for the Dreamcast and shit? It's like year 9.
You'd be dead day one if you tried to make a Dreamcast channel now.
Like, how long you gonna stick around and shit back then? Yeah. So at some point in time, the gig is gonna be up, and he's gonna have to figure something out. Yeah. Wow. And I think a lot of these creators realize that opposite of their hate for PlayStation, which I think a lot of them will try to cling on to that as a life preserver, but opposite of their hate for PlayStation in their grand waxing and glazing of Xbox, I think they realize that them trying to go to just straight game coverage, it doesn't work for them. You don't just all of us, you don't for almost 10 years not play games, not talk about individual games, but just Xbox is this, Xbox is that, Xbox is this, and all of a sudden you talk about games and people are going to tune into you. They're not going to give a fuck. Your talents have been specifically catered to and have been fused to said brand, which we warn people about that, because we don't do it here. We'll let you know what our preferences are, but as Cold Blood said, y'all, some people get it mistaken. They think that we're PlayStation fanboys. No, we are fans of the PlayStation platform because we feel like it's the best console out there. But kick their ribs in too. Michael Morden says, yeah, it's a publisher, supposedly a publisher war now. I mean, sure, because look, I get it, Mike. It's a publisher war, meaning PlayStation has its console AAA market laying all to itself, and now followers of Microsoft are going to war with Ubisoft and EA and Square. Sure, they can do that. That has nothing to do with PlayStation. And that's where this falls. This is where it fails. Here's where it fails, because that would actually work as some type of form of entertainment. I mean, I wouldn't follow it. It'd be stupid to me, but it would actually work as some form of entertainment if Xbox fanboys this generation were actually Xbox fans. You guys aren't Xbox fans. Like I said, y'all don't play the games. All y'all do is talk shit on PlayStation. Where's y'all community game nights? Where's y'all game footage? Like, I don't see none of that from y'all. All I see y'all is talking shit on PlayStation. Y'all say, oh, what us all the PlayStation channels do is talk about, but they're playing games. We've seen King Thrash and all them do this shit. We don't see y'all playing games. Y'all know we play games here. Y'all aren't Xbox fans. Y'all just act as Xbox fanboys. What do I mean by that? Your affinity for Xbox has nothing to do with the quality of Xbox for a lot of you fanboys, for most of y'all that came in this generation. Your affinity for Xbox has nothing to do with what you like about Xbox. Your affinity for Xbox is solely based off of your hate for PlayStation. It's solely fueled by your hate of PlayStation. So even if there was a publisher war and motherfuckers was like, yeah, it's about who's publishing this game, that has nothing to do with PlayStation. Easily. So that means you're going against Take Two, Ubisoft, EA, right? You're going against them. You ain't got no hate for them. So what you gonna do? Yeah, well, South of Midnight came out today, and yeah, man, fuck Football Manager 2025. Yeah, that's why I got canceled. Okay, all right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for coming. Y'all have a wonderful gaming day. We're like, what are y'all gonna do? Y'all don't have that energy for that over there. So y'all can have a publisher war all you want, but it's not going to include PlayStation, because PlayStation, that doesn't involve PlayStation at all. PlayStation has always made its money off of selling said games. Third-party games, that's where the bulk of its money always come from. They lure you to their store with their exclusives. It's like Target and Walmart. You got a Target on one side of the street, you got a Walmart on the other side of the street. 99% of the shit that's in the store in both stores are exactly the same. Usually close, and Target's traditionally a little bit higher, but around the same price, right? So what's gonna make me go into Target or Walmart versus Target? Oh man, well, Walmart got that crazy, they got that crazy bread, man. And you know, I love Walmart's bread. That Walmart brand bread, I love that shit. So, you know, I gotta get my Walmart brand bread. So that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go into Walmart. If you were to go in Target instead, 99% of the shit that you would come be in your Target cart would be the same thing as the Walmart cart. But the thing that's separating you is what is exclusively you can get in Walmart that you can't get in Target. Oh man, the bananas in Walmart are better than the ones in Target. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's the exclusive items there that are going to separate whether you go into Target or Walmart. Again, if you were to go in Walmart or Target, when you came out with your shopping cart, 99.9% of the shit would be exactly the same. But that 1% difference is what makes you go into Walmart and spend your money there versus going into Target. That's how PlayStation works. They use their exclusives to lure you over to them and say, oh, look at what we got over here on top of all these, on top of your favorite games. We got God of War, we got Spider-Man. We drop a couple of these a year. Well, they did. Drop a couple of these a year. Come on over here. And that's what wins today. And that's why when people say, whoa, Sony's not making all this money on their exclusives, that's not the business. The business is using the exclusives to lure you over to the marketplace so you buy all the marketplace shit from them instead of buying it from Xbox. And what was starting to happen is for every one person that went into Xbox's marketplace to buy shit, 5 to 10 people walked into PlayStation. That's not sustainable. So Xbox said, you know what? We got a lot of exclusive products now that we sell in our store, and nobody's walking into our store. Why not now do we just give this shit to Walmart and let them sell it out of Walmart? Because there's more people that walk into Walmart. We'll still have stores, but we're going to have to start closing a lot of them down. Maybe we're just going to go to online stores only. You know, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll just close down our stores altogether. We don't know. Time will tell. But in order for us to stay afloat, we got to separate our brick and mortar from our actual exclusive products. And we're going to have our exclusive products no longer be exclusive. We're going to sell them in Walmart as well. Or we're going to sell them in PlayStation as well. That's essentially what's happening. This is, they'll find a way to pit Xbox published games. They're going to try, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work because when you continue to see graphs that 65, 70% of Xbox games are selling more on PlayStation than they do on Xbox and PC together, that kills the narrative. Yeah, you may sell more games, but guess where they're selling? Guess where they're selling? That kills that narrative. It'd be different if Xbox games were on PlayStation 2, but 50% were on PC and 30% were on Xbox and 20% was on PlayStation. No, listen to me. 65% of the Xbox sales in December, which was the month where they were the highest selling publisher in the world, 65% of those sales were on PlayStation. That's more than Xbox and PC combined. There's no pitting them two against each other in any feasible fashion, especially when it comes to software. It doesn't even matter. PlayStation isn't trying to sell its software at mass rates like Xbox is. They're putting their games on PC because they want to squeeze more juice out of the lemon, yeah. But they're not trying to have sales with their first party equivalent to Xbox. That's not their goal, because they rely on their marketplace. That's Xbox's goal, because Xbox can't rely on their marketplace, but they feel like they got products that are good enough. They're not good enough to bring you to their store, but they're good enough to sell in other stores. So, all right. But that was it with Xbox. It's always fun kicking down their ribs. Let's talk about PlayStation. Once again, exclusives are being attacked. Cold blood is shocker, huh? We got several people out here that are attacking exclusives, that are saying that, PlayStation exclusives, of course, they're the only exclusives that are bad. Because it's not that exclusives are bad, Cold Blood. It's PlayStation exclusives are bad and they're going to go away. In order to show you what we are talking about, we're going to start here. This is a tweet from Jason Schreier. Oh, the oh so wise Jason Schreier. Now he takes this tweet from Matt Piscatella, which the month here, I want to see something. Let's pull this up real quick. Was it Final Fantasy Rebirth? There are 18,000 in game right now for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It peaked at 40,000, which was 12 days ago, Cold Blood. Again, during a time period when there was...
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How much did it peak?
40,000. 40,564 to be exact. That was 12 days ago on Steam.
Final Fantasy
VII Rebirth. Yep. 40,000. Let's see if there's. I don't think there were estimates before. There's an estimate that it sold 692,000 copies. That's the highest estimate. It's anywhere between 300,000 to 692,000. So it didn't even break a million.
How did it do that with a 30% off at launch?
Bruh. That's what I'm saying. So Jason is quote tweeting Matt Piscatella, and I wish for Matt's sake, man. Matt, I like you, bro, but I don't know what you're trying to do here with this. You got stung before when you did this. Who we do this for? Indiana Jones and Astrobot? I think it was Indiana Jones. Like, dude, just like stop this. This is a pointless track. It's a pointless stat. Of course, when you have a launch week where nothing else significant came out, of course it's going to be the best. Indiana Jones was like that. And we all know Indiana Jones did not do well. What are we doing? This is a useless stat. Stop. But again, the journos out there, they're running cold with this. We had Jazz Gordon that ran an article. After the Square Enix admits that it didn't do, that it didn't do well, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which that's not what they said. Again, it's journos not understanding the English language and reporting on shit incorrectly. It doesn't surprise me that Jazz fits into that as well. But yeah, 3 million isn't good, right? Cold Blood. This is what I'm saying. 3 million on PlayStation, which at the time I think was only had 40 million, isn't good. But 692,000 on PC where there's like a gazillion Steam users, that's great. So that's the article Jazz was running with. Like, just it's not tethered to reality. And then here's Jason Schreier's take. He says, 2 takeaways here. Steam has become a bright spot for many game makers as consoles have flattened. Console exclusives become obsolete soon, especially for third-party publishers. That's his take on this. That's not it. Of course, we have our good friend Paris stepping at Lily, who put out this tweet. Xbox is not no. That's what he got chin checked. He said, I don't think he was responding to Reforged. I don't think anyone is saying exclusives are bad. We can debate and bring up valid reasons why exclusives make for better games. But here's the truth. Multi-platform games reach more people and make more money. So Dragon's Dogma outsold Spider-Man 2, right, Cold Blood? Right? Right? Because multi-platform games reach more people to make more money. So Dragon's Dogma 2 before Spider-Man 2, well, it don't even matter that Spider-Man 2 is on PC because that shit is a dud as well. But before it went to PC, Dragon's Dogma destroyed. It came out several months before, right? Or what? Did it came out this? No. It came out this year. But still, it reached more people. Dragon's Dogma 2 destroyed Spider-Man, right? And
yes. I'm just gonna say yes.
And K-Mad said, what are we doing here? Just pulling out the hypocritical stuff that, you know, shows that exclusives is a powerful thing as long as it's not associated to PlayStation. But last but certainly not least, I had this ordeal with the CEO of Moon Studios, where he put out this poll where he says, since quite a few people are still arguing the case for exclusives, let us test the principle. How would you feel about Valve paying developers to keep their games exclusive to Steam in order to increase the value proposition of PC gaming? Like, bruh, this is the worst example you could use ever. So I say so. I say horrible example. PC gaming's biggest draw is its open and vast option-heavy approach. Exclusive is counter to its demographic, hence why the Epic Game Store has been so criticized. I said, so now poll the Switch user base and ask them if it's awful they needed their hardware to play those exclusives. So he decided to be cute and responded and tried to give me the textbook definition of exclusive. Of principle, which only proves my point because I'm like, charming response, but it further proves the point. The target points in the poll don't address said principle. Why not? Because you're using a counter product, not relative in any feasible way. PC and console gamers are two totally different demos. But it does it in there. The CEO of Moon Studios clearly doesn't understand the difference between the PC demographic and the console demographic, and he's a game developer. Check this out. He put out a tweet, another one that says, since some people seem confused, is the Steam Deck a console or not? And he continues, if the Steam Deck is not a console, then I'm not sure I understand what the Nintendo Switch is. And then he continues and says, I forgot my PS2 was a PC because I was able to boot Linux on it. But according to the developer, the maker of the Steam Deck, they say here, shout out to our good brother Doc Dark, that had to tell the CEO of a developer, they say powerful portable PC gaming. It's a PC. And it says console-like user experience. Not console experience, console-like user experience. What are we doing?
You're doing mental gymnastics.
Oh my God. So that takes me to my questions, Cold Blood. Damn. Now I always go with listen to the devs, but I don't mean listen to any old dev, any dev. Remember the Stadia dev, the dude that made I forgot the name of the world, the Journey of the Worlds or whatever, and he said that motherfuckers, that content creators need to pay developers for streaming their games and shit like that. Like streamers aren't doing game developers. Remember them, and that made big news. And they silenced that motherfucker real quick, and then they sold him off and shit.
Bro, no. There's so many examples of where streamers actually make a game more popular.
Exactly.
Like, brother, the only way you can argue at all a game should not be streamed is like a heavy rain or something. Like a game where it's just you go straight and have a fucking story, yeah, and nothing else happens, just the story. So you just literally spoil the fucking story as a streamer. Okay, you can argue that, but then I'm gonna say like, no. It's actually, if people know what the game is, there's so many other endings and stuff you can unlock from what the streamer did.
Yeah.
If they are interested enough and didn't know about the game before, and they're gonna buy it, it's a W for you as a developer.
Exactly. So,
but brother, you cannot argue that with multiplayer games whatsoever. Fuck no. Like, multiplayer games live or die by this shit right now. How fucking popular is it on the internet? Look at Marvel Rivals. That shit is everywhere. That's why it's so popular. It wouldn't be so popular if these fucking streamers all decided, now we're not playing this shit.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So, you don't, yeah, I always live off of the adage of listen to the developers, but when I say that, I mean listen to them when they're talking in unison. When you get this group of developers saying this, and then another group of developers saying the same thing, and another group of developers, I'm not talking about any crackpot developer that comes up with the crackpot theory. You should play developers. You should pay developers for streaming their games, or
bro.
You know.
Nintendo tried it, and so many years Nintendo was nowhere to be found on YouTube, and nobody was talking about their dog shit games. Yeah. They only started talking about them again when they fucking lifted that shit.
That shit, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, you know, I'm not, when we say listen to the developers, we mean them as a group. We don't mean every crackpot developer that, I don't know, maybe woke up on a particular morning and had too much coke the night before and started hitting Twitter and saying a whole bunch of crazy shit. We're not talking about that. But
no, look, Nintendo fucked around and find out. Very bad with that shit, because the Switch all of a sudden became a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah. Yeah, they had some antiquated approaches to that, and there's still some more they could do. You know, there's still some better they could do with that. But yeah, just an example of when you don't listen to a developer, singularly, that's just out here spewing heir apparent bullshit. But that said, here goes my question. Cold Blood, we kind of talked about this before we went live on here. I need to know, bro. You got to help me understand this. Why are gamers and these developers and these journalists, why are they so threatened by PlayStation exclusives? But Nintendo, who has more exclusives than anybody, their exclusives are seen as no problem, and they're safe, and it's no problem that you have to buy another unit in order to play their exclusives. Why is it that for Nintendo, but it's not that for PlayStation?
Well, because these pieces of shit, they're never gonna tell you that they have the fucking emulator on PC. Bro, I'm being honest here right now. They're never gonna tell you that these motherfuckers just pirate the fucking Nintendo games on their PC. That's why they have no problem with them keeping those shits exclusive. It's much harder to have a PlayStation exclusive on a PC without a port.
Yeah.
Much harder.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe Jason Schreier's playing the. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, maybe not, maybe not him, but a lot of these PC dudes that be saying PlayStation exclusives are bad, bro, they don't care about Nintendo because they have the fucking emulator already on their PC. Like, bruh, let's not kid ourselves.
Like, I don't know. Again, this is off theory. I don't know what Jason plays, but no, I'm not absolving him of it because, again, if you're talking like this is gospel, like this is going to happen, then you have to explain to me, when is this going to happen to Nintendo and why? Why would Nintendo stop having exclusives? And when are they putting their shit on it, at least on PC? When are they doing it? And show me the business proposition for them to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I think they have literally somewhere written down, you cannot put any IP anywhere besides maybe a mobile phone.
Mm-hmm.
For the rest of Nintendo's existence.
Yeah.
I think it's literally somewhere written and nobody can do anything about it.
It's just bullpucky, bro. And Nintendo sees some of the highest margins of anybody. So even though, you know, they
of course they are, but because everything sold is 100% theirs.
You know, and
they don't give nobody fucking 30%.
And it doesn't cost them that much to even make it. It doesn't cost them much to make it. And you go into parallel development where you got to start making shit for PC and this one, then those costs go all the way to fuck up. Yeah, you may bring in more revenue, but you're eating up a lot more expenses that may not make the extra revenue worth it, or may make your profits go down. Nintendo's they're in a good spot. Why would they fuck that up? Because you want to play their games on PC. So I just need to know, Jason and Paris and dude from Moon Studios, when is Nintendo giving up their exclusive? And why don't nobody talk about that? Why is it that it's only PlayStation I got to give up their exclusives?
I think they just gave up on Nintendo even considering that. Like, seriously.
I mean,
like, nobody talks about Nintendo because also their fucking fans are extreme when it comes to their shit. Like, the moment you even suggest that something comes to PC, bro, they're gonna go fucking haywire.
No, because I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, that is true, but I think they just don't believe that they're just saying this because it's PlayStation. I don't even think they thought that far. Because if you ask them, they'll just go, they haven't thought that far. They're just pouring out all this rhetoric because it's PlayStation. I bet you if Jason Schreier was right here and I'm saying, Jason, what is the business impetus?
Of course, the hate for PlayStation is fucking insane on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not a PlayStation owner, bruh, you're hating on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Almost always. It's almost guaranteed you're gonna hate PlayStation.
And I get the fanboys and shit like that, but why are these journos? Like, I really want to have Jason Schreier here, and I want to ask him, what is the business impetus of Nintendo doing this? What is the business structure of you seeing Nintendo doing this? And how was this, Jason? You're the business guy. You work at Bloomberg, okay? You're a New Yorker. So explain to me, or you're in New York right now. So explain to me how Nintendo keeps its profit margins at 30+% while doing parallel development. Explain this to me. And he won't be able to. Not in any way that makes sense. I would love for him to come on and get snooty and snarky, because I can get snooty and snarky too. Like, y'all gotta stop this shit.
Bro, I don't think he will ever come on
he's
this
not.
show.
No, I'm just saying. But he, you know, come on the show and explain it to us. We would love to hear it. You can't.
I mean, and also some of them, if they were very honest, they would say, "Oh, I love Nintendo so much, I want them to stay exclusive."
Yeah,
bro.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
guarantee you.
Exactly. Like, here, okay. Here's what I think about it real quick. Here's what I think that is going on. I know there's a lot of hate for PlayStation, but I have this discussion a lot of times with people cold blood that there are people that would like Nintendo Switch games on PC too. Again, those of you that are listening to this that are like, well, I would want Nintendo Switch games too. That earlier part wasn't for you. That was for the motherfuckers that are just capping, that are being hypocrites or whatever. I know there's a bunch of you that are like, look, I would just rather pick up one device, whether it be a Fire Stick or whatever, and just play all my games there. Here's what I think you guys are not understanding. A lot of so to understand why that's not plausible, you got to understand the two big AAA gaming markets. Number one is console, and then number two is PC. Right? And so there's a console market and a PC market when it comes to AAA games for a reason. Like console gamers want a non-complicated setup. You know, they want a device that's just plug and play for their AAA games, right? And they want, because they're buying an expensive box that's only playing games, they want software catered to that box. They want that box to feel special. They don't want to just say, oh, well, in order for me to play games, I just had to buy this box. No, when you buy that box, they want said developer of said box to show them some extra love, because hey, look, I paid a couple $100 or, you know, whatever, half a thou to get this box. Like, show me some love too. You bring me some special content as well, some additional, and that's where the exclusives come in. So it's additive value. PC gamers are different. They are either gamers that just happen to be playing games on a device that they already own for work purposes or whatever, or they went through the trouble of putting a PC together because they want that expensive rig or that costly device for the benefit of the freedoms that it gives you in software, pricing. You can mod games and all that other shit. And I think what's going on, cold blood, is you have people that want that PC type of freedom of everything's everywhere. That's why people was mad at Epic Game Store when they started having exclusives. PC gaming isn't about exclusives. It's about openness. Hey, let's mod this game and add double F jugs to this player. And let's do this and let's do that, right? Let's find games. Y'all love those additive options that you get with PC gaming. Y'all want those additive options added to console gaming. Y'all want the same. No, a console gamer simply wants a game that brings out the boom in their AAA games, but rewards them with additive content for buying said box. And it's plug and play. It's not complicated. That's a console gamer. You can't walk into a vegan restaurant. You can't walk into a vegan restaurant and say, hey, give me some real spare ribs. You can't do it. If you want vegan spare ribs, you want real spare ribs, you gotta go into a real restaurant. I think a lot of you, like Jason Schreier, are PC gamers at heart, but you're over here on the console space because it's easier for you to buy a console. And I think what it is y'all need to just buy a fucking PC and do all that jigamaroo. We got a game here and it's here and everywhere and we're all these options. Y'all do that shit over there. That's not what console gaming is about. Stop trying to blur the lines and make gumbo out of everything. And if you guys with the PC gamer mindset are jealous at the console games and you don't want to have to get a console for it, then here's what you do. You go to your favorite developers. You go to the motherfuckers that are making your Armor 3s and Armor 4s and 5s and Counter-Strikes and all that shit. And you say, look, that quality shit that got over there, can't you give us something like God of War? Can't you give us something like this one? Can't you give it? And you go to them and you ask them and you demand that in your market. You don't come over here and say, well, I want to, I'm at this vegan restaurant, but y'all should be selling these spare ribs over here too. No, we don't want nothing to do with that, what y'all got going over there. If y'all want to start selling some real spare ribs, then you got to butcher the fucking cow yourself. Stop trying to come over here and grab our shit. But that's the problem. There's God of War, Breath of the Wild, those titles exist because there is a need to sell that hardware. Because when that hardware is sold, cold blood, it makes money for PlayStation and Nintendo because their marketplaces boom. That's why that software exists. You're not entitled to that software unless you buy the hardware. And if you think that's stupid, fine. Go to the developers that are over there on PC that are sitting there making these Arma games and all these other, and tell them, no, don't make that for a second. I want to see y'all make a God of War. I want to see you make a Horizon. I want to see you make, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all can get that shit over there. But you demand it from them. Don't try to take our shit because it's the shit that we require for buying this box. Because we wanted a simple plug and play box. And we want that additive content. We want the special additive content to make it special. And unless you buy one too, you're not entitled to it. Just this entitlement, that's my thoughts. It's just this entitlement that drives me crazy. And two, where is this entitlement when it comes to Nintendo? Corey Massey says, is that console gamers or the mass market and games are designed for console first and ported to PC, even if multiplat? They are second-class citizens, even on their own platform. Well, that's on them, bro. And look, man, I've been a PC gamer. I used to play fucking King's Quest, Police Quest before a lot of you motherfuckers were born, right? I came over from PC gaming when I came to Xbox originally. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not that the developers can't make a AAA game. It's not that they don't have the talent, cold blood. But number one, they don't have the funding. So again, that's another reason why you're not entitled to the games on PC. That's up to the platform maker. You're not entitled to that. The platform maker had money budgeted and allocated, resources allocated from up, holding up the console. They had resources allocated to them to make these exclusives. Why? Because they need people to buy the box. So, if If y'all want these games, then what you're going to have to do, crowdfund it. The crowdfunding started on PC. Why don't y'all go to the makers of Arma? What are they? Bohemia Interactive? Go to them and say, look, why don't y'all chill out on Arma for a little bit? Make us a Horizon game. They can make one and crowdfund it. Why y'all looking over here at platforms that are making exclusives so they can sell their horror? Why are you sitting there salivating over what they got? Y'all make it over there. Go butcher up your own cow. Make it yourselves. Go to your developers. If PC gaming is so great and PC developers are so innovative, go to your developers. Go to Bohemia and say, make us a Horizon game. The fuck?
Isn't Arma so?
You were breaking up. Say that again, brother.
Isn't Arma on console?
Yeah, it's on console now. It usually releases on PC first, though. But yeah, ain't that crazy? Now Arma's on console and shit. But yeah, go to them. Or whatever AAA developers are over there. Go to them. Stop fucking with our setup over here. Anyway. Yeah, but that's just I don't know what your if you have any final thoughts on the Cold Blood. I don't understand why it's so horrible for PlayStation to say these are our exclusives and you'll get them if we want you to have them or never. So horrible for them to do it. But it's okay when Nintendo don't do it at all. I just don't get it. I don't know, do you have any final thoughts on that?
Like I said, they are so used to Nintendo not giving a fuck about them, so they don't even try. and they have ways to circumvent exclusives.
Yeah.
On Nintendo, like, bro, the moment the Switch 2 comes out, I can guarantee you someone is already gonna make a fucking emulator ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, like you said. Because, I mean, and again, this is a different breed of PC gamer. Like back in the day when the torrents first started and they started torrenting these games and pirating them, the general rule of thumb was, yeah, we're going to pirate these games to try them out. And if we tried them out and we liked the game, we're actually going to go buy it. Now, a lot of times, like pirators like Axo, I don't even know if he's still doing pirating games and shit, but pirators like Axo or whatever, sometimes they would add so much crazy shit and jailbreak or whatever, open up the game so much that their version of the game was better than the retail version. So people would still play their pirated version of the game, but buy a retail copy so they can have the serial there and just say, hey, okay, all right, at least I supported the game. I like this, but I'm just going to play the version that I downloaded from Axo. But now, no. Spider-Man 2, what, 2 seconds? What was it? 2 seconds, Cold Blood? How fast was it that they broke that? They cracked that motherfucker?
I think it was 2 seconds after.
Bruh, what the fuck? Horizon, Forbidden West, was it 16 seconds and shit?
Something like that, yeah.
Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? And y'all got embarrassing numbers on Steam. Embarrassing numbers on Steam. Like, I'll go back to Steam. Let's go back. Let's look at fucking let's look at Spider-Man 2. This is embarrassing. Spider-Man 2 is one of the best games like made in the last few generations and shit, right? Like you had people saying that this motherfucker was like the best superhero game ever, right? Look at this shit. It peaked at 28,000, bruh. 28,000. It's the weekend. It's the freaking weekend. They just launched a patch to fix whatever bugs is there. I mean, which it doesn't matter because Stalker 2 was buggy as fucking. Y'all played the shit out of that. So I don't want to hear, oh, it's because it was the bugs. That's why. And it wasn't day one. It was the bugs and it was day one. It wasn't day one. Bullshit. This game, the greatest superhero game of all time, fucking, it's at 266,000, bro. Like, come on, man. I mean, too, this is a kick in the nuts of reality to fucking Sony to quit it, to cut it out. But look at this. 266,000, bro, for Spider-Man 2. Like, come on, bro. This is absurd. Hello Marco says most PlayStation are now getting L-Box games, not just the Activision, but Microsoft old studios that's never heard of before. That's the rivals porting their home. Yeah. And here's the thing though, Holomoko though. I mean, yeah, we can celebrate that because that's a byproduct of what ended up happening, which is Microsoft Gaming having to come into existence, and by the existence of Microsoft Gaming, they spliced out the hardware from the software. So the software runs independent. Now, y'all may say, well, I mean, that's the same thing that was happening at SIE for a while, but not now. Dumb motherfuckers was competing for a job, and the hardware guy won out, and the software guy is reporting to the hardware guy. So that's fucking different. And even if it was still the same, even if they were still like a co-CEO type ordeal, the way PlayStation's business is structured, at least how it's structured right now, their software is tethered. The success of the hardware is tethered to the success of the software. Where Xbox is completely different. Like I said, Sarah Bond can sit there and say, oh, yeah, consoles dipped another 33%, Phil, this fiscal quarter. Yeah, game ass. We lost 50. We lost another 575,000 subscribers. People are outside, burning their Fire TVs because of game ass. Yeah, wasn't a good fiscal quarter, Phil. And she goes, sits down and starts crying and shit. And all Matt Booty's gonna do is like he gonna tap Tim Stewart on the shoulder. God damn, man, it sucks to be her. Man, you get your Hawaiian shirts from Cancun, man. Yeah, I got you one too, Matt. That's it. They are completely separate. And the survival and failure of one does not speak for the other. And it's different at PlayStation. It's different at SIE. Oh man. Maybe she'd feel better if she was going to Cancun with us. Too bad she ain't. Like, look, it is what it is, bro. Corey says Sony is not on PC for more sales. They're on PC to get Asian markets, African markets, to get those countries where you could not get a PlayStation until recently. 30% of the PlayStation 5 owners weren't PS4 owners. Now, Hiroki Totoki made it clear. Herman Hulse made it clear. They're trying to increase margins. That's what it is. It's not necessarily about sales. It's okay. we got this game here and it sold us a shitload of consoles and it's selling over 10 million copies. And here's what Hiroki Totoki is doing foolish, or what he did foolishly. He's saying, okay, well, if we got 60 million consoles and we sold 10 million copies of Spider-Man, there's what, 300 million Steam gamers over there. Holy fuck, we'll sell 100 million. You know, he doesn't understand the culture. And then he's looking at Helldivers 2, which is a completely different situation. And he's like, oh, yeah, man. Why not put Spider-Man 2 over there? And then he's looking at the success of the older games. He did not understand the PC culture. He did not understand the weird, like, you know, game of Twister you got to play when you're over there, especially if you're PlayStation. You put an old ass fucking 4-year-old game over there, it's gonna fly off the shelves. But you put a game in there when it's fresh from launch, and these are the results. These are the results that you get. Not because the game is bad, and I don't want to hear it. Like I said, I want to hear the shit about bugs. They don't give a fuck about bugs. They're the kings of early access over there. They don't care about bugs over there. They think bugs are charming, right? They did this. This is what's happening is because they just simply argue, yeah, you need to bring your games over here. More games in more places, make more money, yeah. And the game comes and it's like, aha, we got it, pirated. Axel, where's Axel? Somebody call Axel, it's over here. Axel, I already got it. You know what I'm saying? That's all this is. It is driven by Hiroki Totoki, who is unfamiliar, who may be good at what he does in other areas, but he was not familiar with the culture and how much of a detriment this would be to embarrassing the brand. This is embarrassing for the brand. Marvel Spider-Man 2 doesn't deserve this. And here's the thing, Corey, even if this was to reach those markets, those are markets that are used to getting access to the games 4 years after the fact. Like what'll happen is like the 4 or 5 years after the PlayStation 5 closes and we're in PlayStation 6, those same markets will start getting old secondhand PlayStations that they'll sell, right? And then they'll get access to those games and stuff like that because they'll get old units after the fact, right? So those guys are used to getting the shit later anyway. Why not just wait to 3 to 4 years, put it over there. And then because after like 3 or 4 years, that's when a lot of the fanboy superficial war stuff goes down. Yeah, that game sucks. It's only a walking simulator. And people be honest with themselves. Yeah. God of War 2018. Yeah, that was a shit, son. Yeah. Oh yeah, Horizon. Yeah, that was a shit. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Oh man, that was a shit. After like year 3 and year 4, that's when it settles. It's like the perfect aging, you know, like fine wine. Then that's when it reaches like godlike status. And then when it hits Steam, then those weirdos are like, oh yeah, this is here now. Okay, you know. Then they show it the respect they're supposed to show it. It's weird. They're weird over there, bro. I can't put my finger on it. I can't tell you why they're like. I can't tell you when they started acting like that because I come from PC gaming. It wasn't always like this, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, they said they're there to increase PlayStation adoption by putting the games over there and then making people say, well, I don't want to wait next time, so let me get a PlayStation. But that doesn't work if you're putting it out here under 2 years after launch. It doesn't work because the FOMO doesn't set in for this demographic. This is a demographic that, again, God of War 2018. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. Let's give you an example. Okay, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man. Spider-Man, what is it? Spider-Man Remastered? Let's look at Spider-Man Remastered. Fucking 4 million, bro. I mean, that's not 10, 20 million as well, but still, that's a respectable number, 4 million. You know what I mean? They gave it the proper reviews. They got 4 million. Let me give you another example. God of War. Let's look at both of the God of Wars. God of War 2018 versus Ragnarok. Let's look at God of War 2018. 5.6 million, bro. Right? Okay. Let's go back to, let's look at God of War Ragnarok. What the hell am I doing? Let's look at Ragnarok. I'm sorry, 2.4 million. Now this released September 19th, 2024. Oh, damn it. Oh shit, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. All right. And this was 2022. Like that should, even by now, that should be like 3-4 million. Here's the most egregious one. Horizon. The most egregious one is Horizon. Horizon. Let's look at Forbidden West and Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. Let's first look at Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn. Go to charts. Okay, Horizon Zero Dawn, 4.8 million, right? 4.8 million. Okay. 4.8 million, bro. Let's look at Horizon Forbidden West. To me, the better title. But whatever. Horizon, let's look at Horizon Forbidden West. Parts. Didn't even break 1 million, bruh. Didn't even break 1 million, bruh. Didn't even break 1 million. That's embarrassing. It's actually rated higher than Zero Dawn. So what happened? This one was old. That one was old when it, when it came to PC. And it came to PC in a respectable time frame. They were like, oh man, this is what's up. It was a last gen game.
Because these PC gamers are basic bitches. they are listening to how great the PS4 era games were,
Mm-hmm.
yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody was praising them back then, like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. But now they listen to the fucking hate in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Of Ragnarok being fucking dog shit, just a DLC. Horizon Forbidden West being a fucking DLC, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They listen to that and think, oh, I don't need to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that good, right?
Yeah.
Or someone said it on the internet. Has a lot to do with it, trust me.
Yep.
Because
No,
the Sony hate became so bad in the PS5 era now, like never before.
Now, Corey brings up a good point that his belief is that these people played the original games and then converted to PlayStation. I mean, that I believe some of that happened, but not in the realm that it where there's that much of a difference. Absolutely not.
Like 15,000 people, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Worldwide.
Yeah. Because, and proof that that didn't happen is Yoshida. Like for instance, let's take Horizon. Horizon sold, the first Horizon sold at a faster rate than the second Horizon. Like the second Horizon still sold great, but the first Horizon sold fast. It sold more, you know, in a shorter period of time than the second one did. That doesn't happen if all these PC people that are capable of being able to play it and like the first one converted over to play the second one. I believe Cold Blood more so that it's the, like you said, the basic bitch mentality where it was like an older game. Like PC gamers, they cherished old stuff. And because it was a last gen game and it's coming to PC, they're like, oh, that's, you know what I'm saying? They like that. But I don't think that. I believe some people came, but not all of them.
One more reason is because the 1080s, 1060s can no longer play those games at 60. Yeah. That's also a reason.
That could be a reason. No, I agree with, yeah, that could be a reason too. They sure, I'm telling you, in the case of Horizon, no, they pirated that shit, son.
Absolutely.
They pirated that shit, son. All right. Last topic before we get out of here. GTA 6. Now, as y'all saw, I got a video coming out for GTA 6 in regards to, you know, watching out for these greedy ass fucking, people in the market that are trying to persuade and push GTA to actually be anywhere between 80 to 100. This is a real thing, y'all. So I'm here to warn you. Because before we were like, look, man, we don't even want to give this any oxygen. We don't want to even pay this any mind. And these motherfuckers in the market keep pushing it. The CNBC had something not too long ago. They're running shit on the web. They've been running shit on the web since October, and they're trying to address it periodically. And when you see CNBC doing it, that means that the market is trying to push it. So here's the story if you guys are not familiar with it. These dummies, essentially what's going on is that these dummies are upset that when everybody was in their home, they thought that that the bump in gaming from the pandemic was going to last. And when it didn't last, they're blaming us. Oh shit. So now they're trying to make up for their overhypeness on what happened during the pandemic. And they're trying to persuade another price increase. And they want Grand Theft Auto to lead the way because they feel like Grand Theft Auto would be the game to justify another. Because if Grand Theft Auto does it, then that justifies everybody else for doing it. And I think it's time for us to say, hell no, that ain't going to happen. So my message right now is, y'all every time y'all see this, y'all better say, you see it in the article, in the comment section, you better say, fuck no, I wish Rockstar would. No longer do we want to say, oh man, they're going to get away with it. No, you say, I wish they would do that. They're going to they're going to be hurt to the motherfucker. But besides that, Grand Theft Auto has been reconfirmed in the latest earning calls a couple days ago that it's coming fall 2025. So my final question to Cold Blood, man, is looks like Rockstar is sticking to their guns more so than they ever have with a big game release. Do you think that this unsureness though of, is it really going to come out, and if it is, when is it, as far as this year, Do you think it's negatively impacting the release and the announcement of other games this year? Or you think it's not having an impact?
I would say most games gonna try to avoid fall 2025, but don't trust Strauss Zelnick.
You don't trust Strauss?
because his fucking CEO verbiage is always on track. Not we are 100% releasing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's on track to release. That is always a sign that there's still doubt.
Yeah.
No, but get back to your question. I think the biggest games, they ain't gonna care, like Call of Duty and shit. They're not gonna care.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna release whenever they fucking release. But smaller games, indie games and shit, bro. Oh yeah, they're gonna avoid it like the fucking plague,
like the
bro.
Plague.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah, the annual release games or whatever, the big ticket games, they're going to do it. But the other,
like FIFA, NBA 2K and shit, bro. Don't worry about those. They're coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Just some of these other games that might be coming that probably haven't even been announced yet. Yeah, they're like, oh man, we don't know when we were planning on releasing in the holiday, but it's very easy for these smaller games. I mean, they might be AAA games, but from these smaller studios, it's easier for them to get gobbled up in light of GTA 6 because and that could be detrimental to their survival because they put all their resources in their funding into said game. So yeah, I think you're seeing a lot of people being cautious.
The only ones that are going to avoid it 100% is Sony and Xbox because they know exactly when GTA 6 is supposed to release.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna fucking demand from Strauss Zelnick to tell them the release date way in advance.
Yep. Yeah. And particularly PlayStation. I feel like PlayStation would know because there's supposed to be some type of partnership there. I'm still interested to see what that is, but there's gonna be some partnership there, and that's having an impact. And again, I think you're feeling it more if you're a PlayStation gamer. I think you have a double whammy. It's like there's no sense of urgency because their only competitor in the space, which was Xbox, they've bent the knee. Now they've become, now they've become a customer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, so now we ain't got to fight over that. And then this is the year that GTA 6 is possibly coming out. So that could be affecting things too. So, who knows? Just hopefully developers are still brave enough to line up at least up until September. Just line us up with games up until then. Jeez Louise, you know what I mean? So, okay.
Konami did the right,
Go ahead.
the right thing, announcing Metal Gear Solid 3, the remake.
Yeah.
In August.
In August, yeah. Yep. So yeah, we do stuff like that.
They did the right thing. They just said, okay, we're gonna avoid fall. We're gonna release before that.
Yep. It makes sense. So between now, I mean, that's 8. Well, no, not 8 months now. We're almost halfway through February. Well, we're at the beginning of February. So you got like 7 months between now and next 7 months. You can start slotting your games, man. Start putting your games out. All right. Any closing thoughts, Cold Blood, before we get up out of here?
What are they gonna do with Yote?
What they're going to see? I don't know, man. I got a feeling that Yote might come out in the summer. Now, whether there's going to be a showcase or not, I ain't falling for that shit. I have no idea. But I just got this nagging feeling that Yote is going to come out in the summer. Now, is Sony going to drop something else at the end of the year? I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see. But I got a feeling that Yote is going to come out in the summer. All right. Well, with that said, friends, that was our show for the week. Not a lot happened in the gaming, but that's what we conserved and preserved everything for today's show. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Wait. Mm-hmm. Why didn't we talk about From Software?
You talking about that Katakawa thing? Because there's really not much happening there. They didn't come out with anything concrete. Is that what you're talking about? The Katakawa announcement?
Yeah, where they said they're gonna have a publishing deal now with PlayStation.
Well, they said some
PlayStation
games
gonna be funding them.
Yeah, funding and publishing some games, but we don't know what they're going to publish and what they're going to fund. Okay. I don't even know. I mean, I'm assuming it might include, of course, common sense will tell you that it's likely going to include the Demon's Souls games, but there really wasn't much in that graph and that announcement that. Yeah, I had saw that earlier in the week, and I'm like, okay, well, this is it. You don't have anything else to say? Hey, going at it in the chat. He says, own bullshit. You think that nonsense that is talked about in this community is what's moving the pieces in the boardroom? What are they going back and forth? Corey, those 30% new PSN accounts, how are they measured? By a new credit card bank account, or is it just second PSN account or older games that you have an account? Anything else? All right. With that said, my
chat,
friend.
Wait. Did chat say anything stupid again?
No, I didn't see any. Yeah, man, I think that everybody is just like I think people are just waiting shit out to see, okay, what's going to be next. I think that the big next thing is, yeah, let's focus on the games, because in my opinion, these greedy motherfuckers in the market trying to make us pay for their mistakes during the pandemic. We need to be careful about this. We need to pay attention, watch this like a hawk. I think that's going to be the next big thing. And we kind of seen a semblance of that when with the failure of Dragon Age Veilguard. They're like, oh yeah, the problem with the game is that it wasn't games of service. like bro, like what are we doing here? I mean, again, and not to get all political here, you can't deny it. A huge part of the game was the cringy writing, whether it was the political shoehorning or just the bad writing at the beginning, the tween pop type of writing that was there at the beginning. I played the game. I gave it, and where I left off, I was enjoying the game. But people that finished the game, they were like, or got to further, they were like, it was great for me too for a while, and then it just fell off a cliff. So the game, number one, marketing perception is everything, and you got to understand the climate that you're in, and whether you think the climate where some of the political stuff that was in the game being focused on is bad or not, you got to be cognizant of it. And what I would have done if I'm like a producer on that game or something like that, and I'm looking at that, an executive producer or something like that, I'm like, okay, it's your game and I see what you're trying to do, but can we just take this part out? Or can you do it better? Like this, like even if everybody that played the game or was going to play the game, even if there wasn't controversy around the political attachment of some of that dialogue, let's just say there was and everybody was like, oh, there's no problem. It was so horribly written and just so badly placed that it was cringy. Like people that actually have the same political view clearly as the writers were like, this is cringy. So like I'm wondering why a producer didn't step in and say, okay, I get what you're trying to do. It's your game. Well, really, it's not their game. It's our game. So like, let's take that part out, because I don't even like, can we do something else? Like, if you want to have these set of options for this reason, can we do it in a better written way? So that's number one. That plays a part. I'm sorry. That plays a part. Because not everybody that was impacted by that and said, I don't want to be a part of that game. Not everybody follows Grums, and they don't have the same beliefs as Grums. But when you see that and you see it so bad and it's so cringy, regardless of where your politics fall, the first thing that comes to your mind is, ooh, this game looks like it's just poor writing in it. Like, what did they do to Dragon Age? I don't want any parts of that. So that was number one. So whoever was responsible for that, not understanding that any parts of the game could, whenever you release the game and you put it out there, whether it's for review, preview, whatever, any of it can get vertically sliced and put out there, whether there's an NDA or not. You better make sure that it's not that bad. And another thing too is, I don't think it should have been called Dragon Age. Should call it something else. Make it the art style when you get into it was phenomenal. I like that. I really like that art style. Would like to see it applied somewhere else. Take that art style, take that gameplay loop, do whatever the fuck you want with it, add games as a service elements or whatever later down the road, and make it something else. The answer wasn't games as a service, but the reason why people were like, oh, games as a service is because it was because what they do is they look at the top 20 games that are being played on these platforms and they say, oh, most of them are games as a service. Those are the games that we have to make.
Oh, Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go with the bullshit again.
What's that?
In chat. Man, I like you, Guru, but goddamn, yeah, you are back on the hopium shit, bro. If Yote releases in April or May, they literally had no time to market the game at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is not the Sony way. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's coming then.
That is way too early.
Yeah. I think it's summer, June, July, or August. That's summer. That's what I think. And if there's going to be a holiday game, I don't know. All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next week. Till then, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.